All right, party people, welcome back. If there's anyone here. Okay, so challenges. Last time we just did Hopeless Rescue, went to the top of Timberwolf Mountain, and got all the way to Desolation Point with a cool almost 24 hours left. Unfortunately, just thinking back on shooting the flare gun at that moose, we missed the moose. It's a very sad day that that moose was missed. But now, I think we're on to the Hunted Part 1. So Hopeless Rescue had, what is this? 4 hatchets out of 6 difficulty. The Hunted Part 1 has 5 hatchets out of 6 difficulty. The old bear is after you. Nothing can kill him except for the trapper's old bear killer rifle. What is this? One of those World War I anti-tank, anti-materiel rifles? They're like 75 caliber, something ridiculous. Or a more modern .577 Tyrannosaur chambered bolty. Get to trapper's cabin before the bear gets you. So the 2 goals: avoid the bear, get to trapper's cabin in Mystery Lake. So, for Hopeless Rescue, Bobby, what's up? For Hopeless Rescue, we spawned in the trapper's cabin. I wasn't entirely sure. I was half certain that we would spawn at the top of Timberwolf Mountain for Hopeless Rescue, but for this one, where will we spawn? I'm not sure. Bobby, any bets where we're gonna spawn for this one? I'm gonna guess. Where would we spawn? It has to be somewhere that a bear could chase us. So it's probably not up in Timberwolf or Ash Canyon, Ash Valley. I can never remember which that is. Near a cave, certainly near some kind of a cave. But there's a lot of caves. Half of me thinks option 1 is going to be we spawn somewhere on the coast, because there's a lot of flat land there that the bear could chase us through. Option 2, and I'm just getting this idea from the campaign, what if it spawns us over by the Broken Railroad? I don't know if you've played the campaign, but in the Broken Railroad, there's a, the high ground in the Broken Railroad, there's a spot, there's like an estate, a house, where you find the spear that you hunt the bear with. I'm suspecting that maybe we spawn there. Well, at any rate, let's find out. Let's go. The old bear is hunting you. Get to Trapper's cabin in Mystery Lake before it gets you. Or maybe it will spawn us outside of a bear cave. Oh god, I was not expecting that. Jesus. Talk about a jump scare. Damn. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna start out by getting mauled, huh? I think based on that glimpse of a cabin, I think we're at the moose spot underneath the airplane crash in Pleasant Valley. Oh my god, I'm so good at this game. This is exactly where we are. Okay, hold on. Let's actually double check this.
I'm gonna bleed out soon.
Oh my god, I'm so good. This is the moose spot underneath the crash plane in Pleasant Valley. And I could tell just by seeing this little busted up. Yep, Buddy's already got some arrows stuck in him. Okay, so into the basement.
I could just lay down.
We need...
Have a little sleep right here.
Okay, good thing it actually gave us a bandage. So we can use this on the bear bite. And we can use this on the bear bite on the neck. Oh my goodness. I think I know this area a little bit too much. because I know exactly where we are now. Take some of these things. Oh, this is actually a lot of clothing to start out with. Oh, and we're also extremely tired. Like we need to find somewhere to take a nap ASAP, and that looks like a flare gun. Suppose you tried this challenge and you didn't find this basement. You'd be completely screwed. Yeah, if a bear necked you, you'd have no hope, basically. Unless it was just a tiny, gentle nibble. Oh, and it's even got a bedroll. Okay, this has got literally everything we need to start out. So, Gecko. If you were on YouTube, you could rewind like 60 seconds and see that we just got mauled by a bear. And you could also see that I hard called the location where we spawned in. Okay, but right now, we need to pop a squat real quick. Sleep. If we had more stuff here, I might sleep for longer. But yeah, this is not a good spot. Okay, so let's take, now that we're not actively dying, let's take a little bit of an account of exactly what we have. Okay, so far, I think we don't have shoes. That could be a problem. That could very much be a problem if we're going to be walking through all this winter. Okay, do we have a map, though? We don't have a map. Okay, so I didn't actually expect to spawn in Pleasant Valley. Yeah, speedrunning Frostbite. But on the plus side, I know exactly where we are. Do we actually have... We can harvest this for some more cloth. I think we're probably going to need more bandies. We can also probably wear multiple pairs of long johns. What is this? So this is at 100% and 40%. Do we have... Oh, we even have an outerwear here. Go with the wool shirt. And go with the worn hoodie. What else? Okay, so if you guys remember how I described it yesterday, Pleasant Valley is kind of like, imagine a platter. And on the edges of the platter, there's those kind of like little raised things to keep things from falling off of it. And that's where all the higher up things are. We're at the top of the platter in the middle. And there are, from this location, 3 ways to get down. Option 1 is go all the way around to the left side of the platter, the top left corner, and that goes down into the lowlands. Option 2, the top right corner of the ladder, that also goes down into the lowlands. Option 3, which is a hard maybe. There is a climbing zone that goes down from the middle of the platter straight down into the fields. But there's also a very good chance that those ropes have not been deployed. Which makes it kind of 50-50. Oh, and you know what? Travel to Trapper's Cabin in Mystery Lake. This one doesn't have a time limit. But I also think we might not need to use a whole bunch of time, especially on account of Mystery Lake. What is the easiest way to get there? Okay, here's the easiest way to get there. We're in Trappers, not Trappers, going to Trappers. We're in the top of Pleasant Valley. I think the easiest way is the shortcut through the dam. Because if we go directly to the dam, that will spit us out right in Mystery Lake, as opposed to having to go all the way around Coastal Highway and then Ravine and then Mystery Lake. The problem might be the bear. All right, first order business. We have 5 flares and 1 bear. We have a decent chunk of food, 2 bedrolls. I wasn't actually expecting a second bedroll. Let's harvest this bedroll Because this is mad cloth. Like, this is mad cloth. And with that cloth, we don't have a sewing kit, do we? We don't have a sewing kit. Well, we'll see. For now, I think we just need to go. That, you know what? I almost forgot that I need tinder. Hunting knife and wool socks. It's a good thing I was looking for tinder, which we don't have any right now. So we can't actually start any fires, can we? That could be a problem. We have tons of cloth, no tinder, matches. We do have a hunting knife, which could be good for assorted purposes. Right, before we forget, let's actually make some bandages, because we have only 2. Although I feel like if we do anything that will make us need bandages, we'll just outright die. But 4 bandages is a decent number of bandages. Make sure we don't forget anything or miss anything. Okay. But all things considered, I wasn't expecting this to be such a scuffed beginning. Starting off immediately with a bear hunt. And he's still there. He is still there. I kind of actually wasn't expecting him to be right outside there. And that was close. That was pretty close. If he's going to be right out there, I think we just have to sleep more. So first order business, let's sleep for 6. See how much health this gets us back, because I would very much enjoy having enough health to at least survive one more bear attack. But I don't think that's going to be in the cards. And maybe sleep a little bit longer. Okay, so what in the hell are we going to do here? Okay, half health. Well, first off, I can't see anything here. Surely we're not going to use 20 matches. So it's okay to light this one. Okay, so I was going the right way. Alright. 2 ways to get rid of bear. 1, you sleep. And 2, a projectile like the flare gun or hunting rifle. Well, it did give us a flare gun. So, we also did just sleep for about 9 hours total. So let's see what the weather's like outside. Remember, we got to be really fast, because we don't have shoes yet. Oh, there he is. Let's go around, maybe. Yeah, I think we can maybe skirt him around here. Okay, anything good here? I'm never going to use these quality tools. I don't even know why I picked them up. Okay, this is going to be tough. Okay, I think we're good. Ooh, I don't like that noise. Don't like that noise. Okay, so on the right somewhere here, there should be a way down to a climbing spot. But if this guy's just going to keep chasing us, that climbing spot is a one-way deal. The climbing spot is a one-way deal, and if he keeps following, we might get trapped. You know what I think we do? I think I just big-brained this. I think we go through the airplane, we try to pick up some airline food, and then we can go around, and I know that there's a way down there. Buddy. Another flare shell. That's actually kind of a good catch. And surely he can't follow us through the airplane, right? It is very cold out here, though. Okay, we're looking for airline food. Actually, I'd forgotten. I kind of need clothes. I kind of desperately need clothes. So this is maybe actually an even bigger brain play than I thought it was. Okay, certainly the bear can't path down here, right? We will take all this airline food. As much as we can find. I feel like I'm playing with fire here. Going back for this food. Because if Buddy can get to us, we are done. We are absolutely donezo. But it also kind of sounds like he's stuck. Okay. There's also wolves. Actually, come to think of it, I was really not planning on coming this way. I was planning on
My head feels thick.
going down along the road again. But I think we might have just big-brained this. Because we can also put on some of this nice clothing that we found. And do we find, ooh, better wool mittens too. Okay. What we really need though is some tinder. Because the first thing that I would like to do is start a fire.
I'm so cold. I'm warming up again.
I wonder if the game is smart enough that it would let you start a fire off of a lit flare. It sounds like a thing that should be possible. Ooh, a toque. 2K Brutus. Put that on. Alright. What you got? I'm sure these are all just going to be...
here.
Ooh, ooh. Hello. Hello, you. Why do I hear bear noises? I hope the bear hasn't gone around. Yeah, we're just gonna have to keep an ear out. It was either a bear noise or it was a nighttime noise. Ooh, and a high-quality Canada toque? I'll take that. Ooh, we can start a fire with the lit flare, and 2, we just found shoes. Even though they're unfortunately just penny loafers. We saw the Canada toque here. Okay. Surely that baseball cap is trash. Insufficient materials. We still need tinder for something like that. Sports socks. I think that's probably an upgrade. But we'll just take as many of these clothes as we can get. And there should actually be a cave.
Someone's stash.
Around here. Checked you. Yeah, there should be a cave down here. I remember coming down here for the campaign. So let's actually go a little bit quickly. And also, I think, can't we break down a stick for some tinder? Okay. Craft tinder from a stick. Yeah. No, that's totally okay. I think we do tinder from a stick. Okay. And now, to not get hypothermia, we do fire here. I almost never craft tinders from sticks, but that's a good reminder.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. Surely I won't fail with an 80% chance. Okay, there we go.
It worked.
We'll toss on the fir firewood. Because bro is heavy. And what can we... Yeah, look at all this beautiful airline food. That was definitely worth the trouble. We can check the cave. What is that noise? Why did the noise change? Suddenly the noise changed. I don't like that. Okay, I think we're still okay, maybe. Do we have any more firewood, though? I would very much enjoy the answer to that to be yes. But I think the answer is going to be no. Alright, let's keep a couple of torches in our back pocket. one more torch. That's kind of a trash torch. So let's put that in and ditch the trash torch. I guess that's an okay torch. Alright, so what can we do here? We can probably actually... Let's keep one stick and one cedar, just in case. And for now, let's sleep for 2 hours and see if we can get a little bit of this condition back, a little bit of our warmth back, and maybe unhypothermiafize it ourselves. Okay. Nice. And we have 30 more minutes of fire time. This is good. You know what? I think I just had a brain blast. The intended route from this location winds down through the cliffs and ends up at the river, at the stream that is on the north side of the fields here. But there's a little cheeky spot that we can hop between two rocks to the right. And I think I remember that leading to a prepper cache. I think two options. One, we'll try the prepper cache as a detour. Two, we can use that detour, or we can go the normal way, depending on if the bear is close to finding us. And I think the airline food also does drink. Yeah, of course the vegetarian airline food doesn't have as many calories as the chicken. Absolutely typical. But yeah, here's the plan. First order business, try to find the prepper cache, and if we get bounced off because of the bear, we just go down, and if the bear is in the prepper cache direction, that means we should be safe to head directly down to the farmhouse. And I guess let's grab a torch and just head out. Because surely there will be zero use for any charcoals in this entire run. Okay. I hear a bear over to the left. I think we might have to go over to the prepper cache to the right. Yeah, there's a gap in there that the bear can come through. I just need to find the gap to the prepper cache. It's some cheeky little thing on the right here. And I think we need to be a little bit quick. That's the gap the bear would come through. And we just need to cheese up a little bit here. Where's the gap to the right? I may have already missed it. I think I already missed it. Yeah, I'm sure I already missed it. We need to go back and check. And we get up here. I feel like this is not the way to get up. Yeah, surely it's here, right? Where is the gap? This doesn't look like it. It does not look like it one bit, and yet... Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, we're in business. We are, as they say, cooking with gas. And also, surely the bear can't chase us over that. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to say that I'm so good at this game, but goddamn. Goddamn. Okay, now I remember the last time I came this way, I pretty much missed the prepper cache like twice. Kind of like up in one of these nooks, isn't it? Either in this nook or it's somewhere... Is it to the right or to the left? It must be, I want to say farther north that way. Hopefully we don't miss it. Surely we won't miss it. Please? If you were a prepper cache, where would you be? I feel like we've missed it. I don't think it's up there. I think it's probably back down here. Yeah, I don't mind doing some sprinting, although we didn't put on all the good clothes, did we? I feel like we might not have put on all the good clothes. So let's check. Parka's on, that's fine. This is fine. Ragged wool shirt, that's all fine so far. That's fine. Oh, the socks, that's right. Surely we have better socks, yes. Surely there are better socks. Yes. Better shoes? No better shoes. Better pants. No better pants. I just heard a bear. So let's get a little bit... Where is this purple cache? Yeah, so the bear's going to have to be walking around somewhere on the left there. The prepper's cache down this far? I feel like it wasn't down this far. But at the same time... maybe they removed it. I think for this challenge they probably removed the cache. Which means... I think we need to get out of here. Okay, so the next order of business is to get lower. I think what that means for us is going all the way to the top left corner of the map in this direction. There's a couple of busted up farmhouses and a field with possibly some deer meat. And we can check that area for some stuff. I'm still kind of salty about this prepper cache. Maybe I did just miss it. Let's check the top of this hill.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Then, from there, we can head south into the open fields and also possibly hit up our favorite farmhouse. Maybe it's got a rifle this time. Okay, nothing. Really? Although at the same time I am somewhat loath to... Yeah, I think we just need to go. Surely they removed the cache. I think it would be somewhere right in front of us if it was still here. Okay, so we'll head over this way. There are a couple of caves if we need to duck into them. But I think if we're quick, hypothermia won't be too bad. Really no cache. I'm not salty,
So
you're
cold.
salty.
Just want to lay down for a bit.
Okay, 10 seconds until we start rolling. And come on, there we go. And we're down. Okay. Now, we are kind of suffering in this hypothermia. We don't have a lot of health to just tank it. So, let's be a little quick. And I will pick up sticks. I heard the rabbit's paw pad and I thought it was a wolf. Here we go. Because we only have the one tinder. We have 2 sticks, 1 tinder. Which is not great odds for starting a fire. Okay, and it's almost dawn, which is nice. Looks kind of steep. So let's go around on the left. This looks better. I'm gonna be pretty salty if that prepper cache actually is there and we just missed it. Okay, now, where is our house? I think we can probably make it down here, right? Why did the music just change? Maybe the music just keeps getting rewritten with the bear chase music. I suppose that's... Oh, I forgot about sticks. I suppose that's possible. Okay, let's be a little quick here, though. I want to get to that. We are much farther south than I thought. We're not going north. We're going straight to the farmhouse. Yeah, that bridge, if we follow it and go farther to the right, eventually it will lead to those two buildings that I mentioned. Burnt out ones. But I think at this point they're too far away. And I don't want to get hypothermia and then have to wait outside, warming up and then sleeping. Also, marshmallow plants are OP because they're also tender. So instead, I think we can actually loiter almost indefinitely, depending on the food situation, at the farmhouse this way. We can get all of our health back, we can figure out exactly where the bear is, and then we can actually leave the farmhouse from the opposite direction of the bear and get a free escape, I think. Because the farmhouse it's got like 4 exits between the 3 doors on the first floor and the basement. Okay, we don't want to cross this water. That's a bear noise. Or a bear music, I think.
Made it through another night.
We want to go down this stream and up to the right. That's where our house is. And just in case there are wolves on the way. Okay. Yeah, I did hear some awoo. I wasn't sure if it was to the right or to the left. But we need to be a little bit quick about this because we are freezing to death. I think I do know where we are. I think I still know. But I wasn't expecting to see Cliff here. I might not know where we are. And this fog isn't helping things. I do recognize this. Okay, I think I know where we are. This is the bottom of the path. If we go up there, it leads to the plane crash. Yeah, I know where this is now. Okay. You see, it's the little things that jog the memory. Get some rose hips. Which means, yeah, I know where we are. It's not where we thought. It's not where I thought we were. Yeah, okay, we're good. We are fantastic. Luckily, if we didn't take that detour, the bear would probably be coming down that hill right now. But that means the farmhouse is, we cross the bridge, not the bridge, we cross the river this way. Yeah, here. We want to get past these rocks and to the left. That's where our farmhouse is. I do hear a woo that way, though. And there are possibly a couple of packs of wolves. I hear wolves behind. I hear wolves to the right, which is expected. What I don't want is wolves in front or wolves to the left. Okay, I think broadly speaking the farmhouse should be this way. Forward ways. I don't quite recognize exactly where I am, but I'm pretty confident that we are somewhere a little bit north and west of the farmhouse. Yeah, the question is only, am I traveling too far south, or am I pointing left far enough? And based on this hill, I think I'm pointing too far south. I wasn't expecting to see water there. I was not expecting to see water there. So let's hope that we are on the right chunk of land, and I just turned too soon. Yeah, Mackenzie's labored breathing. I would like nothing more than to see my beautiful, glorious grain silo right now. But based on the fact that there are trees here, I don't think that's in the cards. I think I might be lost. I think actually there's a good chance that I'm lost. Unless, I always think I travel farther than expected, so maybe we just have to stay the course. I like how this is opening up a little bit. Oh, come on, that's a hay bale, boys. That's a hay bale. And that means there's got to be some kind of farm edifice nearby. Okay. I'm actually getting a little bit worried, to the point where I am considering just lighting a fire in the middle of the open here. Hay bales means we're in the wrong field. And that's a tractor. I think I recognize this tractor. Yes. Because near the tractor there should be a building. Okay, so we are in the wrong field. Apparently, the whole airplane... More quality tools. I don't need tools. I'm never going to use tools. Unless I can... I mean, maybe we do make more crampons. But, we're in the wrong field, which means the plane crash and the way down from it is farther to the east than I had remembered. On the plus side... Yeah, we gotta be quick. On the plus side, two things. One, there is an interval barn. I want to say it's this way. Hard to see in the fog, though. Two, if you remember yesterday, this is the barn with the arrows and the target, the archery range behind it, that I didn't detour when we were heading back this way. There, yeah. See, there's the target, which means the barn. Yep. Although I guess this time it has a throwing axe instead of arrows. Surely it wouldn't have given us an entire bow. So I think these are actually better. Okay. Well, it's not the building I was hoping for, but we'll take it. Yeah. And we are dying of hypothermia. Let's get inside. Where's the door? There it is. Okay. Safe. We made it. We made it, even though our back was up against the wall. Okay, so, what just happened? We found our way down from the airplane crash, didn't go nearly as far west as I had intended. Probably got a little bit turned around when I was looking for that prepper cache. Ended up heading far, far south, or basically mostly south. And I also misidentified one of the bridges. There's a bunch of bridges up in the north, and I never really spend a lot of time there going over the rivers. So I forgot exactly how many bridges there are. Yeah, quite literally not doing too hot. Although, we're not doing too hot, but as usual, we are pretty cool. Okay, but now we are in the barn. Back to the platter picture. The middle of the platter is fields and farms, but it's split into two. Not this one, this one. The eastern field is a bunch of hay bales, and it has some barn outhouses. The western field has, it's like an orchard, and that one has our beloved farmhouse in it. I think we sleep here. Hopefully, I mean, we actually we have plenty of food. We can eat this to get a can to boil more water. Eat these pork and beans. And even the condensed milk might give us more water. Ah, scrap metal. You'll love to see it. But I think we spend the night here, or the day, maybe even the day and the night, depending on how much food we have. And then, surely the bear will have caught up to us. Oh yeah, dog food. You love to see it. Unfortunately, there's only one entrance here, but there was that, what's the word I'm looking for? That tractor we can hide in. We can shoot the bear and we can hide in it and see what the bear does. What have we got? And then we can head over to our farmhouse. Actually, we're kind of still traveling light, but we're not traveling so light. Let's see how much we warm up while we loot this place. If we warm up quite a bit, maybe we actually try to get over into the fields before the bear actually catches up with us. It's high risk. Actually, it's so high risk because there might be a pack of wolves in between us. Sometimes there's a pack of wolves in the haydale field. So let's just think about that one. Workbench, I've got half a mind. How many scrap metals do we have? Surely we'll never need a whetstone. How's our knife? Yeah, knife and hatchet are fine. Surely we will never need a whetstone. Tinder plug, I'll take it. In the rare case. Newsprint, I'll take it just to make more... Actually, you know what? We probably have enough tinder plugs from the marshmallow plants, so we don't need these newspapers and newsprints. Yeah, we're never going to use these quality tools. Especially not two of them. Probably never going to use spray paint. What else do we have? Lots of rose hips. We'll be doing some tea. Don't need cured leather from the shoes. Don't need a second pair of shoes. That's kind of a junk shirt. Kind of junk socks. Not going to need the hat. Not going to need the scarf. Ooh. Are we doing two? We already have two underwears. Which means we don't need all of these lower quality underwears. Although we did pick up a better one of these. But put those on. And drop the rest. Thin wool sweater. It's probably a little better than the hoodie, and we can repair it. Ragged wool shirt, kind of trash. And socks, kind of trash. Dress shirt, definitely trash. Alright. Do we swap out? Yes, we do. Drop the hoodie. Okay. Okay. You know what? Let's peek outside. Oops, I don't want to fall. I'm sure falling here would just directly kill us. So can I please just walk over this tiny little step? Pretty please? Can we step over this? I feel like we can't step over that. There we go. Freaking geometry, man. Geometry is killer. And I guess we can humor the developers and check the note that's on this table over here. Nothing in the seats. Energy bar, not bad. Alright, what you got? Wait, hold on. Plant goes hibernation, 3781, single shock of cold. Isn't Backer 3781 the guy that was high when he wrote the other note? Because this note is also looking similarly unhinged. Let's remember that. Backer 3781. Scrap metal. How many scrap metals do we have? We are one scrap metal short of crampons. And does this place have one exit or two exits? I think it might just have the one. No, two exits. Okay, that's good to know. Very good to know. Check the weather. Slash, check the bear. Ooh, good weather. Good weather. Okay, good weather and no bear in sight. Let's right quick check you. Nothing, and check you. Nothing. Unfortunate. Okay, but this means we can go this way. And we can go this way and also check for wolves. Not seeing any, not seeing wolves, not seeing bears. If we're quick and our stamina lasts us, we might just make it over to the farmhouse before we freeze. That's a wolf. So we do need to skew around to the right. But that shouldn't be too bad. That's another wolf. Okay. The thing I was worried about is the pack of wolves being on this road that we're walking down. That would have been a problem. As long as we can get around them, getting into the farmhouse should be no problem. I would just like to... and that's another wolf. I would just like to get eyes on the grain silo. To know exactly when to cut through. It's either through the gap in the rocks to the left there, to the left of that big rock, or through this gap here. Let's bet on this gap here.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
Okay, this isn't great though. Ooh, we're kind of double trouble here. Okay. You know what? That's probably the bridge I got trolled by, and I forgot that there was a bridge there. I'm sure the silo's to the left now. Okay. I suspect we're not going to make it all the way, so we'll just pop a quick fire here. Even though it's going to use the cedar firewood, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more firewood, and we have some reclaimed wood. There's going to be some more firewood in the house. Surely, the farmhouse will be well stocked with fire.
Serious?
Yeah, are you serious? Is this for reals? Luckily, you see all those beautiful cattail heads we can use as tinder? I think the marshmallow plant is my favorite plant on the Citadel.
Come on.
Okay, so that's 2 in a row. Remember that? I guess it was only 60%. But still, 2 in a row is more unlucky than lucky. Can we get a third? Okay, there we go. So now the concern is we're almost out of sleep. And we don't really have anything for that. We don't really have anything for that, but we might have enough time though, because fatigue usually goes down on the slow side. You know what? 51 minutes? Did we dare sleep for an hour? I don't think so. Not out in the cold here, or out in the what have you. Okay. Now, I think these could be famous last words, but I think this will get us there. You just skew to the right here. I recognize that
Can't feel my
shed.
hands.
And just the second we see the silo, we'll know exactly the direction to go. We can, in a pinch, start up one more fire. If we really need to. But the fatigue level is LOW. There's our silo. Okay. I think it will be a close thing. We're certainly going to be taking some more damage on the way. Hope it's not too much. And we also can't sprint anymore. Jeez. I'm not used to being this low health. I like having more of a buffer when it comes to things, but I suppose 5 difficulty hatchets out of 6 is nothing to shake a stick at. Sometimes there are wolves in the field to the right here, but I haven't heard any oohs in this direction. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we'll make it. Yeah, wolves out and to the right. Okay. Alright. Just a little bit of damage boosting never hurt anyone. We will go in the basement, though. Just because it's closer. Whew. Okay, safe. Safe, but also kind of drunk. Let's see if we can find anything good. We are looking for one more... Oh, you know what? Do we have enough cured leather to make a crampon? We're looking for at least one extra... What's the word I'm looking for? Scrap metal. Cured leather, will take it. Because one more cured leather and one more scrap metal, I think means we can make crampons. Now, we're not going to be doing any climbing that I know of. But at the same time, it could be useful for hills. We are starting to get some more swag. So the carrying capacity is something of a concern. Alright. Maybe we come down here later because I can't see anything over here. Shelf. Ooh, lockers. Couldn't even see the lockers. I was just looking against the wall.
I wonder who owns this stuff.
Scrap metal. Okay. What is the crampon situation? I is for improvised crampon. Okay, we need one more cured leather. If we find more shoes, we can break down our current penny loafers and get that. Alternatively, if there's something on the ground here, that would not be unwelcome. Nothing. Anything in the bin? Nothing. Trail boots. Fantastic. The shoe upgrade that we need. And also an excuse to get some more cured leather. All right. Let's not forget that we could also die from not sleeping. So, okay, what do we have? Matches. Another note. Another note from Backer 3781. You know what? I remember this bread note. Backer 3781. 2 parts flour to 1 part water. That's not a bad ratio. I misremembered some blah blah blah. I misremembered some things. Equal parts salt and rising agent. A small pile about the size of a quarter. Yeast if you're lucky. Baking soda if you're not. Baking soda still needs, in my opinion, some acid to activate. Raw dough should be tacky, not wet. After kneading. And heat at something. Only have a fire, blah blah blah. Yeah, basically, for the rising agent, if you can find some yeast, you're probably good with a teaspoon. For, let's say, 3 cups of flour, you're probably good with a teaspoon of yeast. But you're probably going to want at least a tablespoon of salt if you're using 3 cups of flour. You're going to use probably more salt than you'd expect. Storm lantern. We'll use that later. Okay. I suppose we can sleep in a real bed.
Weaker.
The absolute decadence of it. Where the bed's at? Probably over here. Okay. And let's start with 6 hours, just so we don't dehydrate as well. I'd like to maximize the condition recovery. And just to make sure there is no timer. Yeah, no timer. Thank goodness. Okay, you know what? It's not even nighttime.
Snow.
Kind of nice.
Nothing to drink.
All right, let's start a fire. Let's get some, what was that? Nothing. Let's get some water going. I think we have a soda, right? We don't have any soda left. So let's start a fire and get some water going. We do have a bunch of... Yes, we finally found a cooking pot. Some firewood. Could have used a little bit more firewood, but it is what it is, man. Okay, let's do this. Cedar. Can we get more than frickin' 55% chance? Yeah, I guess if we start with a stick, huh? We're pretty bad at starting fires compared to before. Well, I guess I wasn't really expecting it to start on the first time anyway, even though chances are it should have. What the hell am I starting this fire with? I thought I glimpsed 55% with the stick. Isn't it supposed to be 60%? So that's 2 in a row.
That work.
So again, when you have a 55% chance, let's estimate it as at a 50% chance of starting the fire, and you fail 2 times in a row, there is only a 1 in 4 chance of that happening. Now, previously, when we were starting the fire in that cave, we also failed 2 times in a row. We got a higher than 55% chance then. But let's bump it down to 50% chance, for the estimate. So that's another 1 in 4 chance, of being unlucky. So currently our run is at least 1 in 16 unlucky. Okay, that's another. So this is now 1 in 8.
Come on.
This run is now 1 in 32 unlucky for starting fires. Can we get 1 in 64? What do you think the odds are?
Come on.
1 in 64 unlucky. We are more than basically the top 2% unlucky runs. This is why I don't actually believe the chance of success for lighting fires. Statistics in your relaxing evening stream. You spend your entire day fighting with stats. No more. Well, these are just first order stats. Surely we could do the combinatorics to actually figure out the probability.
That did it.
Okay, so yeah. So luckily we didn't get an under 1 in 100 chance. But we need to get serious about doing some water here. Water. I could have sworn we had more.
Tongue feels like sandpaper.
More pots, but I suppose that's because we didn't eat these dog foods, these delicious dog foods. Think about it this way. This says dog's best friend. If dog is man's best friend, certainly man is also dog's best friend. So this dog's best friend food, it's actually man food, which is why we can eat it. Place this. And do water. And actually, why don't we just cook one of these dog foods? You can, for content. Yeah. Although, we are kind of low on firewood, aren't we? We have some reclaimed only. Yeah, we can break down some of these things. It's an absolute travesty that we are using 2% condition on our hatchet to get a single reclaimed wood. But we're desperate here. Oh, you are not boiled. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So, I thought I accidentally drank this non-potable water reflexively, but I pressed the space bar, and so it actually just spent time. And you are not boiled, and I picked you up. I need to remember I can't be so sloppy with all of my menuing nowadays. I definitely cannot be so sloppy. Okay, chair. 30 minutes. Hopefully, nothing burns in that 30 minutes that we're breaking that down. You're not boiled. You're boiled. You're also not boiled. I think right now what we're trying to do is get enough water that we don't ever have to stop for water again. 2 minutes until boiled. Alright, what else can we break down? There's another chair over here, right? Table. We don't have an hour and 15 minutes. But if there's a chair... An hour and... What? Hold on. 30 minutes to break down the chair over there, but then an hour and 36 minutes to break down the chair here, just because it had a little bit of cloth draped over it? What the hell is this? And an hour for this chair? I don't know what's going on. Something strange is happening here. What is this? 27 minutes, and you need more time. So, Actually, let's juice that up just a little bit more. And we can use the torch. T is for torch. Here. So that we can actually see what we're doing. Yeah, how is this chair so juicy? I guess we can do the crate in 8 minutes. Alright, what do we got? Sewing kit, that's nice. We can spend... Certainly the bear has already caught up. So we can actually spend some time here repairing our gear. Ooh, and coffee. You know what? I bet in our run yesterday, or on Wednesday, there was a coffee right there that I didn't see. I guarantee it. This place is kind of light on firewood, though. Maple syrup, very nice. I suppose we can spend a bunch of time to break this stuff down in the morning if we need to. And there's also a bunch of books in here, I think. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Although, this time I actually unironically do need more medical. We don't have anything for infection, and we don't have anything for getting food poisoning. Okay, there's our final scrap metal. Anything in the bathroom? Maybe? Nothing. Literally nothing. Okay, well, if that's going to be the way it is, still have an hour and 24 burn time. Yeah, let's just keep going ham on water. There's not even anything else we can cook. Alright, boil, damn you. Boil, damn you. There we go. And how much water do we currently have? We currently have 5 liters. I think that's probably enough. If I was really dumb, we could probably stay here long enough to get well fed. But we wouldn't have a lot of food leaving. So let's not do that. Instead, let's just... Didn't mean to pick that up. I meant
sure I
to
can carry much more.
continue to boil it. And maybe one... Yeah, this is... I didn't mean to pick that up. I did not mean to pick that up. Yeah. You up. You're not boiled. Pick you up. You're not boiled. You are boiled. And we only need the 1 tin can. That's extra. Alright. I think we sleep in the kitchen. If I can find somewhere to put this down. Right there. Okay. And can we first drink 8 liters of water? Certainly this is overkill. Certainly. We can probably sleep for about 8 hours. I don't think that's going to put us quite until dawn. Which is maybe not ideal. Okay. Yeah, I think we're still good. So let's eat a little bit. And then see how close we are to dawn. Should be pretty close. I hope we're pretty close. And what else?
To carry.
Chocolate bar. You know, 250 calories for a chocolate bar is practically fun-sized. Alright. So it is not dawn. We cannot sleep until dawn. But what we may be able to do is first make sure we have all the good clothes on, and second, do some repairs here. Because we broke down that bedroll, and we have effectively an infinite amount of cloth for this repairing. Ooh, cargo pants, nice. They're definitely much better than jeans. Alright. I guess let's just get repairing. Repair some pants. Can't repair in the dark, damn. But what we can do, and this may be playing with fire. If you guys remember, one of the entrances to this house has an outdoor sort of screened off, windowed off area. And I think it's the door next to the fridge. Let's see. And if we're lucky, the bear doesn't know how to... Yeah. If we're lucky, the bear doesn't know how to open doors.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Actually, you know what? I have half a mind to just leave. What are the chances that the bear's caught up? We did sleep for 8 whole hours. And we are hearing bear music. But I'm not seeing a bear. Let's check the other side of the house. The bear should be coming from the north. No bear. Okay, there's... Let's take a quick detour over here, check inside. And then we'll head back. Nothing. Literally nothing. Okay, so... You know what? The only reason that I'm gonna say no to heading out right now is it is very cold outside right now. Like, very cold. And I think our next stop should be the power station in those hills to the south there. Yeah, there's the antenna. If we head towards the antenna, there's a there is a climbing rock, I want to say, right underneath it. There's a very low chance that the rope is down. If the rope is down, we'll take it. If it's not, we'll head around to the right. There's a valley we can get up into those hills. And it's only a slight way out of our way to get to the substation. From the substation, we can sleep if we need to. Certainly, there will be enough water. Certainly. And then, on the way to that cave that goes to the hydroelectric dam, there's a hunting blind we can check for more weaponry. Alright, but for now, let's hope against hope that we can do a quick 30-minute repair job here. Yeah, 70% chance of success. And we have 2 sewing kits and plenty of cloth. The only thing we need to be careful of... Oh, already dawn, huh? It's still probably going to be very cold outside. It's usually very cold at least until...
Looks like I made it through another
mid-morning, but probably late morning. Actually, and there's also a barn down there. We might check that out too, depending on the bear situation. Depending. So, it's probably bright enough inside to do more repairs. Do we do repairs inside, and or do we try to make our improvised crampons? If we do, we'll have to harvest these leather shoes. Because we need 1 more cured leather. It should be bright enough inside to loot the rest of this place.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
It's not bright enough inside to loot the rest of this place. So let's do a little bit more repairs out here. What would be good to repair? Ooh, the parka would be great to repair. This would be a really good repair to get. 70%. And of course it failed. 70%. There we go. Okay, that's good. You know, I might even do it again. Ooh, that's not my favorite weather. But surely it's bright enough inside now. Okay, good. Very good. Let's just make sure we don't miss anything. which really just means wool mittens could be nice. What kind of mittens do we have? We already have wool mittens, so probably don't need those. I think the only places to check in here are the upper bedrooms. I have to wonder how slow this bear is. I was so sure that it would have caught up by now. I was very sure of that. Okay. But who knows, maybe it doesn't like open spaces. What is that, agoraphobia? An agoraphobic bear?
Might have to drop some gear.
Wool scarf, probably not too good. And of course, we're never going to need a spray can. Bathroom, what you got? Show me what you got. More bandages. So I think we're all right on bandages. We definitely have more bandages than we have health to support. By which I mean, if we need all these bandages, we'll definitely have just died outright by then. From blood loss.
There's got to be something useful in here.
There must be something useful, he says. But there was just a useless baseball cap. Nothing. Anything under the bed? No, again, no self-respecting Canadian farmer would be caught dead without at least a 6-shot revolver under their bed. So I don't know who they're trying to trick us into thinking that lives here. Ooh.
I think I can use this.
I suppose a Mackinaw jacket could be a pretty close consolation prize. Ooh, that's nice. That is nice. Very nice. That might even be better than a simple parka. It is pretty heavy, though. Yeah, that is a good piece of clothing. Anything back here? Nothing. Alright, so this place is probably pretty well ransacked. Unless there's... kind of hard for me to see. It's probably pretty dark for you guys too. Okay. I think what we do is the one thing that I'm regretting, so let's definitely harvest the shoes. Oh, you know what? This is perfect. This is fantastic. New leather shoes gives us 2 cured leathers. That means we can use 1 cured leather to make the crampons, and the second cured leather we can repair our trail shoes. Fantastic. Remember the Jungle Book. Maybe the bear thinks of Baloo as a role model. The bare necessities. The simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. Yeah, it could be. It could be. He did, after all, leave us with only the bare necessities after attacking us that first time. Okay. How many cloths do we have? We have 9 cloths left. That is a lot of cloth. So, I think what we do, so the workbench down here is inside, an interior
Wonder
workbench.
if I can drop any of this gear.
That means we can only use it during the day, even if we can't see anything, because I can't see anything here just like you guys can. But Mackenzie can. Somehow. I think we make the crampons real quick right now. And we can... Quality tools! Oh my goodness, it takes 2 hours. Finally! A use for these tools that we've been carrying around for all these difficult challenges. Alright. But surely now we'll never need them again. So we've got our crampons. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now I think... Yeah, I think today we spend the rest of the time repairing our clothing. And we might even be able to line things up so that we wake up tomorrow morning at dawn. Surely the game wouldn't, like, spawn the bear right on top of me as I went outside, right? Okay, we can keep an eye on the weather this way. And also probably... I don't think we're going to need these tools anymore. Probably won't need the scrap metal either. I'd be much more antsy about staying here as long as we stayed here if we didn't pick up all that airline food.
Something's gotta go.
But we did pick up all that airline food. So I think we should be okay. Alright, let's do the parka again. It would be brutal to lose the 2 cloth, but we do have a lot of stuff we can harvest if we need to. Okay, fantastic. Parka's good as new. Jacket's good as new. Those are the 2 most important things. This is 75, so 37% here. I think we repair this guy. An hour to repair a thin wool sweater? That seems excessive. But... oof. Especially if you fail late into it, that would be kind of rough. Okay, the mittens are fine. The pants are okay. The thermal underwear could use some work. Could definitely use some work. And I think one of our socks could also... It's okay if we fail in the underwear. It's alright to fail in the underwear. Gengar has returned. With the creepypastas. High school teachers on 1 hour of sleep getting cheated on. Losing their kids diagnosed with nut cancer. Hearing 6-7 all day. Coming back from their 4-minute break just to see someone self-gratifying. Actually, our socks are pretty good. Trail boots. This is... I would enjoy not failing on this, but it's also only a 25% repair, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And of course it fails. Well, that's fine. If it has to be that way. Ah, repair the toque. You fool of a toque! Well, welcome back. Okay, that's fine. The cotton toque is probably fine. I'm hoping to find something a little bit better. You know, if it wasn't foggy, I'd leave right now. But it is foggy, so I'm not going to leave right now. I actually meant to eat the ketchup chips. Oh well. Okay, we definitely have plenty of water. Definitely there is a surplus. Food-wise, we're middling. We're definitely medium, especially because I'm thinking, and there's not very many opportunities to pick up food from here to basically the hydroelectric dam, which is a little bit of a ways away. I'm not anticipating there being a lot of food in the radio station up there. And we're also more than halfway fatigued. Is there anything we can do to just basically waste time tonight? First, let's drop all this extra stuff we don't need. We still have 3 cloths. I suppose we can harvest this to get 2 more cloths, and then just drop a bunch of stuff. By which I mean mittens, socks, sweater. More mittens, more scarves. And we're wearing everything else. When you and your hubby are having fun at the sleepover, the rabbit skinning animation from Red Dead 2. Oh my goodness. Absolutely unhinged every time, man. Okay, is there anything to repair? Surely we're not going to need so many sewing kits. 1 cooking pot, 1 recycled can, that's okay. Still very low on the medical. We can make some tinder plugs. We can make some more tinder plugs. Who knows why the newsprint roll makes so many more tinder plugs than the newsprint when they weigh the same. We are low on burnables. We've probably got an hour from the reclaimed wood and maybe another hour from the books. And maybe close to an hour from the sticks. 10 tinders. Bunch of matches. Matches are fine. You know what? I forgot to make tea. Let's see if we can break down maybe the table. Get a bunch of wood. Yeah, we'll get a bunch of wood. We'll start a fire. We'll cook some of this tea. Oh, this is why. It's because it's not just a chair. This is a bench. In fact, maybe we'll break down another one. All right, now we back up. We turn to the left. And stove. We'll start a fire with a book and a cattail head. You keep reading HB as husband.
Come on.
Which adds an interesting twist.
Too much stuff to carry.
Yeah, it means something. It certainly means something. Could be hubby. Could be Hermoso bro. Book. Let's do some of these woods. Probably didn't need to do that much burn time. But we can cook. Oh, I didn't prepare the rose hips. I forgot to do that. Okay, 15 minutes. I guess we can do 30. And in the meantime, we can do a liter of snow. The homie. You're going... Let's prepare these hips. Let's prepare these hips because these hips don't lie. Okay, that's good. And let's cook some hips. An anti-inflammatory and a painkiller. Not the most useful in our current situation, but also not useless. Cook these hips. You're done. You're done. Pick up. Pick up. And what's our water situation? 6 liters. Probably fine, and let's not get too... It's a shame to waste 2 hours of burn time. But surely 6 liters and 2 teas is enough to continue on. And let's see. Yeah, each tea is 100 calories. And at this rate, I think we can probably sleep until almost dawn. I would like to aim for a little bit past dawn, on account of, like I said before, quite cold. Yeah, gym rats. Although, I feel like they wouldn't be too mad about something straight out of the chum bucket, because it is free protein. Let's sleep for 9, see how that does for us. It's probably going to be pretty cold, but at the same time, if the bear hasn't caught up yet, surely the bear's caught up. We've been here for like 2 days. But if the bear hasn't caught up, we'll pretend that this is just damage boosting. Because we're certainly going to get a little bit hypothermic on the way to the place. Actually, you know what? Do we... I think we are strong enough when it comes to lightables and matches. Do we roll the dice with the 35%? We're rolling it. Then I'm going to cook these pork and beans and get the warmth bonus. That should last us a little bit longer. Come on, you bastard. Give me my 35%. You screwed us a lot. You know what? Every time. Every damn time. I should have used a stick. I forgot we had sticks. Every time. Alright, we're down to, at most, 7 tinder plugs. So, here's one problem with the ambiguity of the English language.
Come on.
Did the cameraman freeze to death, or did the guy that they follow freeze to death?
That did it.
These are the questions of our time. And let us cook a bean. Oh, I also don't think we have a can opener, so we are losing calories bashing this thing open. Not that we are at a huge calorie deficit. Yeah, we don't have a can opener. Alright. Let us consume. 600 calories, not bad. I feel like that's more than usual. Oh well. Alright, what's the bear situation? I don't see nothing. I don't see no bear. Probably? Question mark? Your wolf over there, let's not push that. Bro. Absolutely unhinged every time. You know, it says there's a bear hunting us, but I don't know where Buddy went. Maybe he got stuck up in the, maybe he got stuck up in the mountains. Seen the video of the BBC camera team rescuing a bunch of penguins? No, I haven't. Were they stuck on a piece of ice that some killer whales were trying to get through? Or were trying to tip over? Yeah, there could... Normally there is a possible bear here. But I suppose not this time. Nothing. Let's take a quick peek in the barn. We're not going to stay long, but I'm hoping for some combustibles. Soda will take. Storm lantern. I think this one's more full than our current lantern. So we'll drop the current one. Because there's at least one cave we have to go through, and also the interior of the dam that we have to go through is also going to be pretty dark. Is there seriously nothing here other than that junk? I guess so. Oh well. Oh well. Could have been worse. Could have been better. Could have been worse too. We can get some beard. Some old man's beard. So we can finally have another poultice. My favorite. Alright. Let's check for the rope. There should be a climbing rock somewhere on this cliff face over here. Somewhere. Still no bear, though. Yeah, you know what? The bear probably already went up there. He took up the climbing rope so that it's not there. We can't get the shortcut. He's probably waiting in the rocks just to the west of the radar substation to jump on us. At least if I was the bear, that's what I would do. Yeah, I don't even see the rock up there. But that's for the future. For the present, we can enjoy walking very quickly on this road. This is practically a jog. Yeah, I'm not seeing a rope anywhere on that cliffside. So let's call that a wash. And just start heading into the hills this way. Favorite. Guys, we are unstoppable. We literally cannot be stopped, even by a 2-ton wild animal. Yeah, there's no bear chasing behind. It seems like we have some androids have arrived. Oh well, not my problem. 1, 2, 3. Always do the 10-second countdown. If we felt stupid, we could head over that way and go towards Blackrock. Hell yeah, they're clankers. They're clankers wearing skin suits. Don't let them fool you. Yeah, so up the valley, eventually turn left, and hopefully find the substation. If we're lucky, maybe there's even some really nice... last time we were at the substation, we found an expedition parka. And that would be a little bit better than our simple parka. So that would be quite the find. I'm considering... I don't think I want to sprint, even though we're quite cold. Because I think if I don't sprint, we'll have enough fatigue to at least get to the cave before we have to sleep. Now, I just heard bear music. I don't know if it randomly plays, or if it really does mean the bear is hiding up here waiting for us. But we are approaching a hilltop that we cannot see past. And that is always a concern, because it seems like half the time I get jumped by a bear, it's under these conditions. Alright, I think we're good. I think we are fine. That's a wolf. So, note to self, skew around to the left when we head south. And that's another wolf. They could have respawned the bear up here. It's not impossible. Because there is a bear here in the campaign when you're trying to get up to this place. Yeah, I think this is... There we are. Yeah, I think when I was trapped in a blizzard, I came up this way. I think I probably went over to the left too far, and then I went over to the right too far. And we're definitely taking all this old man's beard. Chopped NJ. Talking about... So that one's pretty good. That one is pretty good. We are Spider-Man, but these are Peter's bills. When you cash the check, but your alter ego can't... Or, no, when you write the check, but your alter ego can't cash it. The second reason I don't want to spend a lot of time here is that there's only one entrance.
Can't feel my feet.
Yeah, here it is. There's only one entrance, and this entrance, if you ask me, looks pretty bear-sized. And I don't want to get trapped. Alright, show me what you got. Show me the goods. And it's kind of dark, so let's actually light this up just to expedite the process. What have we got? Anything good? Nice expedition parka. Got the same spawn as last time, it seems. Anything else laying around? Alright. Would have missed that energy bar. Okay, not quite. Now just interior stuff. And we can definitely find these containers by feel. Two locked. Okay, let's check out that parka. Only 50%. Only 50%. It still is marginally better than the simple parka. I suppose we can take the time to repair it once we actually get to the cave. But that also means we're now looking for... We have a ton of cloth. I'm not worried about cloth. So let's swap this out. Yeah, warmth-wise, we're actually pretty good. Alright. Now, there should be a... Here. a medical kit somewhere. Is it on the wall? Or is it just this one on the floor? You didn't need to know this. Yeah, I mean, Twitter is... It's a cesspool. It's definitely a cesspool. Got some tea. Did not need to know that some person's concert seats are used as a toilet. Well, it takes all kinds, and some of the kinds that it takes are kinds that should be locked in a box. Or perhaps a padded room. Nothing underneath. A couple more lockers.
Where's the good stuff?
Climbing socks might be an upgrade eventually. And other than that, let's do one last quick check for containers we haven't looked into. Peanut butter, water bottle, all this good stuff here. I feel like it's almost always worth taking a detour to this place. The only downside is we didn't find a pry bar. And those gloves we can harvest for another another shot at repairing our boots. Unless, hello, 92% ski boots? Yes, please. Oh, that's pretty Gucci. Which means we can actually drop these trail boots now. And also this and this. Let's try to get under carry capacity.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Ooh. Kind of loathe dropping the parka, but the Mackinac jacket is better. And the Expedition parka is even better. Wool long johns compared to... I think... Oh, the wool long johns are better than thermal underwear. I wasn't expecting this. But it's true. You started using Reddit a while ago, and it's taken a noticeable toll on my mental health. Your mental well-being. Yeah, Reddit is probably worse than Twitter. If you ask me, it's rough. There are some small corners of Reddit that you can find reasonable conversation, but for the most part, it's actually just probably worse than brain rot, maybe more insidious than brain rot. Okay, so this place is, I'm going to declare completely looted. Yeah, 3 specific subreddits and that's it. And of course, you know, whoever is trying to use it for political purposes is working on those 3 subreddits as well to make them no longer usable by reasonable people. Okay, I was gonna drop some stuff, wasn't I? Food's fine. Water, we might be overdoing it a little bit on the waterfront. Yeah, in fact, I'm pretty sure we are. So let's drop a little bit of this. Yeah, certainly 4 liters and change is more than enough to go along with. And we can also drink something. Although, to be honest, you don't have to completely despair, because most of the content on Reddit is probably bots. Yeah, there's our climbing rock, but no rope. So that is at least some small recompense. To know that it's people paying for the message and not real people with those opinions. Although it is depressing to know that there are some amount of people with those opinions. Okay, next stop is hopefully, probably in this direction, a hunter's blind. Yeah, when you're chatting with your barber, commiserating about the difficulties of life, and then with your last $20, you know, gives you the I don't know, the anti-Fabio. Gives you the corn pop. Yeah, wolf. I think to the right of the wolves is where our hunter's blind is. We do have enough of a sight line that we should be able to see it. Yeah, I'm sure there's tons of flankers. Although I did finally get Seribot working, so I don't see all of them. You guys probably see a bunch of them, but I don't. Okay, that is a lot more wolves than I was expecting this in this area. I'm kind of glad we don't have anything worth putting scent marks out. And I also believe there should be a body over here. Like there or something. He's hunting a rabbit. That is looking like it is some sort of hunter's blind or mark close to it. So let's head that way. Alright, yeah, so I do remember there's like a dead dude and a hunter's blind past the dude. Playhouse. Yeah, right. Alright, what's our dude got? And I'm wondering, is it even worth harvesting this deer? Only a half kilogram of meat, it's not worth harvesting the deer. How much? Okay, we have 6 old man's beard. That's good for 2 poultices. Of course, I forgot to make either poultice. We'll do that in the cave. But 2 poultices should be enough for now. We can probably find some more if we need to on the way. We'll take the flask. Return the flask. And that also should be our cave. I think I recognize that shelf. I might be wrong, but I think I do. Oh my goodness. You know what? I was actually worried in the beginning. Like when the bear attacked us and we didn't have Jack and we were bleeding all over the place and freezing. I'm feeling pretty good about this run right now. I don't know what it's talking about. 5 difficulty hatchets out of 6. Spill your horse-flavored protein shake. He's just not into you. Yeah, it's like, you know, your bro's favorite horse-flavored Glock brand protein shake. If you know, you know. Okay, what was I going to do? I was going to make this poultice. 1 poultice. He hates polar bears, maybe that's why. Could be. And you know what? I think we have enough fatigue to make it at least to the dam. That should be an easy walk. So we'll make it to the dam and then consider sleeping. I wonder if we can find some coal here, though. This entire run has actually been quite devoid of combustibles. Where is all the firewood? Because it feels like there should be more. Ah. Of course there's coal in the dead end. What else would you spawn there? Okay, tons of sticks down here. I think we're good on sticks. 13 sticks is a lot of sticks. So many you might even try to make a river out of them. We don't need any more reclaimed. And what have we got here? More food. Okay, we'll take the food. Yeah, this is actually looking pretty good. I don't know if I just went the wrong way or if I went the right way. If we can turn left, I'm feeling better about this direction. Although I don't really... There it is. There's the exit. There we are. And maybe this is some firewood that's fallen? No, just some sticks. Unfortunate. Yeah, I feel like it's too soon to be confident. Surely, if there is 5 difficulty hatchets out of 6, that would be what, 87 point something percent difficulty hatchet. Surely there must still be something along the way. Because at this rate, it's just a matter of getting onto the train tracks and following them all the way down. And we've got 6 flare rounds. We practically don't even have to walk the wolves at this rate. We can almost just scare all of them off. Imagine if the game just bugged and there's genuinely no bear anymore. So my hypothesis, I thought that might have happened. Remember I said it might be stuck up in the cliffs? Ooh, it got foggy. My hypothesis is that the bear pathing got extremely confused when we did that little skip. That skip to try to find the prepper cache. And if it bugged, I think it would have bugged there. Because that's the last place I heard the bear paw pads. But it's similarly, I bet they replace exactly. I bet they replace the bear when we go into a new region. I hope they don't though, but I bet they will. More unhinged content from Gengar. Okay, there's a non-zero chance that there's a wolf over in this area under the dam. But if we just go straight through, there's also a cave that I've hidden at over there before. If we go straight through, we might be able to cut left into the cliff before the wolf finds us. And even if the wolf does, if we're far enough ahead, it should be fine. Yep. So there's a wolf there, and I also heard a wolf bark and hunt a rabbit. So I don't think that's the shortcut we want. If I remember. I think that's kind of a actually, I do remember there's a way to the shortcut that I'm looking for up this way. And I also have a vague recollection that perhaps there's also some good stuff up here. It would be fun if the bear respawned inside the dam. It would be fun in the Dwarf Fortress sense of fun. If you know, you know. But yeah, if it was like that old wolf that they used to have spawn in the lower part of the dam. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Like some very narrow corridor that's just exactly bear width. That would be something, wouldn't it? Okay, yeah, 2 wolves. Probably for the better that we came this way. Because we should have a straight shot all the way into the dam. Even though we do have to cross the shortcut. Which I do not like. I do not like. Maybe we even get through the dam most of the way before we sleep. We'll sleep in the antechamber. Oh, here we go. Unless... I'm trying to think of how much time we should spend actually looking inside the dam. I know that we don't really have much that we need at this point. Food-wise, water-wise, we're great. Clothing-wise, we're great. I'm so mad that this is a one-way exit. I feel like it shouldn't be. We don't need scrap metal. Alright, again, let's just not get cocky here. Okay. Okay, this should be alright. Yeah. Okay, very good. Food-wise, we're okay, but we're safe. So do we harvest this venison a little bit? I wonder if we harvest the venison a little bit. Is there anything else up here? Not really. How much food do you have? 1.5 kilos. I guess it's probably fine to harvest this. I think we'll probably make a fire.
I'm not sure I can.
I'm not
carry
sure
much
where.
more.
Maybe inside the dam, outside the dam? I'm not sure. But basically the long and the short of it is, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to cook this food. Alright, and of course we didn't find the memento key, so that's locked. Chair, don't need it. Sewing kit, don't need it. Table, don't need it. This is the last place we're going to need the... We're going to have any problem with visibility. So we might as well make sure we're not missing anything obvious. Surely there's nothing good in the file cabinets, right? Or in any of the desk drawers. There never is. It's just burning my lamp oil. Not even the midnight oil. Alright, literally nothing. Literally nothing. We don't need more bandages. We already have like 6. Okay, got anything in the fridge? No. No. Just bandage. Don't need more cloth. We don't need quality tools. I will check the lockers though. I feel like the lockers have a wider range of things that you can find in them. New wool mittens, those... It's either the new wool mittens, or... Okay.
Might have to drop some gear.
The work gloves are kind of trash. Condition-wise, anyway. So we can drop those. In fact, we can drop them right now. Because we're a tiny bit over-encumbered. What else do we have? Thermal underwear. Drop. Okay. Oh, hello. Plaid shirt. I was thinking it might be a Mackinaw jacket, but it was not as good. Leather shoes. We don't need the cured leather. So let's keep moving. Also, who leaves their leather shoes at the bottom underneath some stairs? Yeah, so this, imagine walking down a hallway like this and coming face to face with a bear on the other side. That would be serious nightmare fuel. Flares will take. Birch bark, we've only found the one, but if we find another, we could do something with it. Nothing under the... It's not really a chair, it's more of a bench. Okay, anything here? No, just some garbage tier loot drawers. Anything here? Nope. Anything up there? Probably not. The only inconvenient thing that could possibly happen... We already have a hunting knife, don't we? We do. But this one is 89%. The only thing that could be inconvenient would be if, for whatever reason, we stayed in the guts of this place for so long that an aurora came. But we should not have any reason to stay here for such a long time. Anything good? A broom. All these challenge runs, and well, I guess we found a pry bar on our walk to Timberwolf Mountain. But I decided not to pick it up because I'm an idiot. Whetstone we're probably not going to use. The only reason I'm considering maybe picking that up is because... How's this lantern?
Handy.
Mostly empty. I guess they're both mostly empty. But we're not going to need it. Also, there's no arrows here. Usually there's some arrows on that
I'm gonna
guy.
have to leave something behind.
What was I saying? Right, the only reason I'm picking up a couple of things that I probably won't use in this challenge at this point is I'm wondering if the second part of the challenge continues with the same stuff as the first. It probably won't. But it might. But it probably won't, but it also might. Now this place is where I was thinking of running into the bear, because I think this is where the wolf used to be. And that would be bad. More lanterns. There are at least 3 lanterns in this place. This is ridiculous. Alright, put this one down. And then pick that one up, just because we can. So at this rate, if we sleep for 6 hours, it'll be probably just past dusk. So dark. Dark and cold. Not freezing cold yet, but enough that I'm actually taking pause, thinking about leaving immediately after sleeping. Oh, there's also the safe over here. Check the shelves. Take that flare. And let's see what's in the safe. What are you guys thinking is going to be in the safe? I think there's going to be 1 rifle round and a maple syrup. That's my prediction. Oh, I was blinking when I saw that. I think it was something like 20. Okay, 21. And 26. And okay, 21, 26, 4. And show me what you got. We have a flashlight. Probably useless. Cash. Definitely useless. And that's it. Well, that was a damn shame. Let's immediately drop that. And I suppose we can maybe keep the cash because it can work as tinder. Legal tender. I'll show myself out. Alright, anything in here? Do we have anything worth walking back here? No, we don't. I do want to go upstairs and check the... what's it called? There's that medical cabinet. Because we do not have anything to help us if we get food poisoning from whatever along the way. I would very much like some antibiotics. All these, this is the 3rd set of trail boots we've found. Alright, now if I remember, there's nothing farther up the stairs, so let's not even bother. We got any flares out? Anything looking promising, perhaps? Maybe I'll take that book. Okay, antibiotics. That is actually exactly what I was looking for. No more and no less than what I was seeking. Okay, unfortunately no pry bar on the workbench. Couple more lockers. Show me what you got. Guess just some more books. We are already over encumbered. We're gonna have to think about what to drop here. We probably have more books than we need. We probably have more reclaimed wood than we need. What else can we drop? We can probably put this storm lantern away.
I can always use more food.
Take the beans. Me and the boys up at 3 a.m. looking for beans. Oh, hello. I'll wear that. You see, this is why I never look at these these office drawers. One, there's hardly anything in them. And two, even if there is something in them, it's usually trash.
Thank goodness.
All right. So let's eat and drink. Do we peek outside and risk that respawning the bear near us? Or do we sleep in here? Do we sleep in here and then only go outside when we're ready to actually leave and go into the next region for the first time? I'm of two minds. We can probably eat the dog food. We still don't have a can opener. So, kind of unfortunate. Alright. And there's this venison. I don't think we need this venison. Let's drop it. And we are at least 5 kilos over. 8 books is certainly more books than we need. And so is 9 reclaimed woods. So let's go with maybe 4 reclaimed woods. And I think... So books are good for starting fires. I think let's do 3 books. No, 2 books. So that's 2 easy fire starts. And we're still a little bit over encumbered. Let's check out how this festive sweater is. Decent wool shirt compared to festive sweater. Festive sweater is better. Oh my god. You know what I feel like doing? I feel like taking off these outer layers and running around hunting the bear in the festive bear sweater. I think let's do that for now. Actually, to the point where we could probably make it to the camp cabin with this much. Okay, we don't need 2 knives. We don't need the storm lantern anymore. I kind of want it for inside the camp cabin. Don't need the cured gut. Probably don't need 15 sticks. And we probably don't need 9 whole plots. Okay, so here's the plan. We can do some cooking at the camp cabin. I'm just dropping a little bit of water because we're going to be losing our carry weight here as we get more tired. But for now, we're running around without either of our jackets on in this festive holiday sweater that has a bear with a Santa hat on it. And if I can swing it, we'll do that the rest of this challenge. It's not even cold enough without our sweaters on, or without our jackets on. Okay, let's go. Let's go. This is ridiculous. But who already opened this gate? Has the bear already been here? All right, nothing in the seats.
I think I can use
Take the
this.
painkillers, even though I never use painkillers, and we also have rosehip tea. Because it's so foggy, I'm a little bit uncomfortable going over the fields that lead directly to the lake. I think we follow the train tracks. If we follow the train tracks, we cannot get lost. I'm also considering taking a detour to go up to the Firewatch lookout, but that also only has one way up. And if the bear caught us out there, it would be a bad time. So let's not do that. cannot believe we have enough warmth to be running around in this. That's a deer noise. And that's a wolf noise. That's a wolf hunting a deer noise. Hunt the deer, please. Hunt the deer, please. Why are you not turning towards the deer, Mr. Wolf? Okay, so it does know we're here. I think we can go around on the river though. I can't believe that treacherous deer led that wolf right to us. But I believe we can go around to the left here and pretty easily get back on the train tracks while leaving... Oh man, I accidentally aimed in his general vicinity, and so now he's running towards us. That's not great. Fine. That was a waste. A waste because of a misclick. Kind of a shame. Frickin' Bambi's dad leading the wolf directly to me. Okay, I think if we just follow around to the right, we should eventually lead back to the train tracks. But currently, I don't know exactly where I am. At least I don't recognize it, but I do recognize these power lines. Yeah, go hunt a deer, why don't you? Also, I was kind of expecting that shooting a wolf in the face with a flare gun would hurt it a little bit. But I suppose it probably also immediately cauterized the wound. And there's nothing in here. Literally nothing in here. Okay, so next order of business is the train derailment. And from there, it's a short hop, skip, and a jump to the camp office. Upside is that was a wolf, not a bear. Alright. Sometimes there are wolves by this train derailment. I didn't hear an awoo from that previous wolf, but I did hear something in front of us. What was that noise in front of us? Wait, that's a bear noise, and that bear is chasing... That bear just sprinted up to us. Jesus. So anyway, we're skipping the train derailment, and we're just going directly to the camp cabin. Oh, you know what? He's maintaining distance, I think. Jesus. And that's a wolf. Can we go around the wolf? Can we not get stuck on the geometry, please? I would like very much to go around the wolf. And I think we did. Surely the wolf will get scared off by the bear. We're not going to be wolf and bear training it, are we? Oh well. We're not going inside here. Because we're being chased by two animals. And as tired as we are right now, do we just have to run all the way to the trappers? I think we have to take a detour in the camp cabin. Because eventually... Eventually this guy's gonna probably start chasing us. And we're gonna get tired and we're gonna walk slower. So I think we need to go inside and lose this guy. Even though that's gonna make the bear come right up to us, I think. On the upside, the fog is lifting. And I don't know why the wolf is slowing down so much. There's something behind me? No, I guess not. I guess he just gave up. Okay, that is another wolf, probably hunting a rabbit. Or something. Okay, I think I hear the bear chasing us again. I'm sure I hear the bear chasing us again. Well, I don't know what this guy's gonna do when we go inside the cabin here. I guess we'll find out tomorrow morning when we wake up bright and early. It is a really good thing I didn't go up to that fire watch, because he would definitely be trapping us there. Oh. Oh, geez. He did not like us going towards that door. Okay, so it turns out that, like so many things, the first 90% of doing it is not that hard. It's the last 10% that's going to get you. All right, what do we got here? Anything worth anything? Ooh, accelerant could be nice. That's another thing we didn't find. Any accelerant to make starting fires easier.
Is it food or?
Advantage, energy bar. Anything good? Not seeing much so far. Check these useless file cabinets. Alright, nothing in them, as per usual. Ooh, I wonder if there's some nice fire... Ooh, another bedroll.
Could end up being useful.
It could end up being useful, but it won't because we already have a bedroll. Let us check for some firewood up here. Don't need the socks. Shelf, we could use the book. That is firewood. Don't need the running shoes. Or even, I think they're cured leather. Don't need the mittens. Don't need the decent thin wool sweater either. Painkillers, maybe, probably not, but maybe. Anything in the crates? Nothing. Got the books. A note left behind. Is it backer? No, it's a different backer. 4675. Beansy, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And the cattails turn to fluff. Well, that's the best thing for them to turn into. Show me what you got.
What have we here?
Garbage. Hot garbage. And another cooking pot. We'll take that just in case our items run over into the next challenge. It probably won't, but just in case. Okay, so food-wise, we're okay. Water-wise, I think we're still pretty darn good, especially with all these sodas. Shall we perhaps, perchance, see if there's any repairs that we can do on our clothing? I think so. I think that's our best use of time right now. Don't need the wool shirt. It's decent, but not handsome enough to tempt me. Ah, second pair of climbing socks, which is an upgrade over some merely decent wool socks. The climbing socks could use some work too. 45 minutes for a climbing sock repair seems excessive, but that's just me. All right, we'll repair the festive sweater. An hour. I bet the reason the bear started chasing us is because it didn't like me mocking it with this sweater.
Like something is sapping my energy.
I think we've actually been getting pretty lucky on the repairs here. And these are probably not worth the trouble. How many cloths do we have? We have 3 cloths left. So let's not gratuitously spend those. All right, so what's our current situation? We could definitely drink a soda. And then maybe some water. Yeah, food-wise, we're still really good. And we have coffee and tea, but I don't think we need either of them. I do not think we need either of them. If we sleep now, we'll probably make it until just dawn, just barely dawn. But dawn, the kind of which it's still quite dark. Try 10 hours first. Because Potion Seller, I'm going into battle, and I need only your highest condition. You can't handle my condition, traveler. My condition would kill you. It would kill a lesser man. What was I doing? We were drinking. Drinking soda pop. Cola. And a little bit of water. Food-wise, we're fantastic, actually. To the point where we could probably drop half of this at least. There are no safe places between us and the trapper. So once we go outside, we're not stopping. We have a couple flares. A couple of flare shells. I think I made a huge mistake. I think instead of simply unwearing my outer jackets so that we could have this glorious meme of a festive sweater, I think I dropped them back at the dam. Well, that changes our plan. We need to wait a little bit. We might even wait until noon before leaving, because it needs to be warm enough for us to not freeze. I'm going to say it was still worth the memes. So let's wait for another 2 hours, and then we'll probably be able to sleep for 2 or 3 hours. Probably 3 hours. And that should put us till about 1 p.m. 3. Assuming, of course, that the wind doesn't blow up. Let's use our ears in here. It sounds kind of windy outside. I don't like that. I really do not like that. Hit this peanut butter. Alright. So I think the weather is actually kind of bad. I don't think we actually have very good anti-cold here. And there might be a bear too. Oh, fuck. Okay, so 2 things. 1, the bear is literally right outside the door. And 2, there's a blizzard. Well, this is something of a sticky wicket. Still have a lot of food. I think what we do is... Yeah, we just really can't go out in this blizzard. We really cannot. So I think we just have to pass time until it leaves. And then take a pot shot at the bear and hope for the best. I think the blizzard is actually over right now. So, which door do we exit? Which door do we exit? The front door or the back door? We can't outrun the bear. So, I guess we try to shoot him, right? What else? What other chance do we have? Are you running or are you trying to go around? Okay, he's running. Well, that was close. Let's make sure we're reloaded. Also, the flare's stuck to him, so we can actually see where he's going. Oh, this is great. Okay. And it's also still warm enough. Okay, so we just need to keep going. And he's coming back. And that's a wolf. Why me? Why me? Why now? The wolf is hunting rabbit, that's fine. But why? Why me? Alright, there's 2 more locations that there could be wolves ahead here. One of them is just past that rock in the middle of the screen, and one of them is even farther down. I think we'll take... Let's see what the wolf situation is. We can take either cut in. Both of them will lead us to the trappers. I think the earlier one would be more convenient. But if there's a wolf there... And also I heard the bear music, so maybe that means the bear is sprinting towards us yet again. Okay, I don't see a wolf here. Probably should have cut in there, but it's too late for that. We're not going back. we're only going forward. And I also don't yet see a wolf. Yeah, this is going to end up being the far western route. Basically, we're going to hug the western edge of the map and eventually come out on a hill above Trappers. Above the Trapper's cabin. Jesus. Can't believe that flare worked. And the only place he can be coming from is down this long train track, and I don't see him anywhere. I do not see Winnie the Pooh. Because no, I do not have honey. Syrup is not honey. Yeah. You could go into the Forlorn Muskeg. Actually, hold on. If we go to the Forlorn Muskeg, we... Ooh, that's a bear noise. We could also go all the way around to the mountain town, and the mountain town actually ends up... Are you gonna chase the whole way, or... You are. Oof. Okay, so this guy's gonna just need to be flared the whole rest of the way, so we're sprinting. He is mad, we are just sprinting the rest of the way. If at all possible. But I was thinking of big braining, I was thinking of going all the way around the Forlorn Muskeg mountain town into the cave that leads right above Trappers. Because that is literally just one sprint away from the cabin. But I don't think we have time for that, especially if he'd chase us through the Muskeg. Because the Muskeg has got nowhere to hide. And we do not have enough flare rounds to outlast him. We have 4, so 1 in the chamber plus 3. As long as he doesn't get the jump on us over one of these hills, we've definitely got enough flares to keep him at bay until we get there. It's like just one hill, one paddock. Yeah, right over that hill. That's a bunch of wolves. Why are there so many wolves right there? Alright, so this is my America's Army / Arma 3 training. We are using Defilade to travel around the eyesight of enemies who we would otherwise not be able to pass. Especially because we don't have the flare shells to waste on these guys. There's 3 of them. If it's 1 flare shell a pop, that just leaves us 1 for the bear. So we sneak using our escape and evasion skills. Hate a skyline, but sometimes you gotta do it. Yep, here we go. Here we go. And there's our goal. There is our goal. It's a good thing we dropped that venison. Alright, can you guys smell it? I can smell it. It smells like Trapper. That smells like a bear. I don't think we'll be able to outrun this guy. Actually, I think we might. Up, 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 up. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know if you guys could tell with your headphones, but Jesus Christ, he was right behind us. Alright, so it's been 2.5 hours. This feels like a good time for a break. Let's take a quick break. I'll actually make some tea, maybe get a snack. You guys should too. Take a stretch, do some pull-ups, do some stretches, some walking, get the blood moving. Maybe feed a cat, depending on how needy they're feeling. And be back in maybe 5-ish minutes. Maybe a few less. We'll see. But be back soon. And then I think it'll be time for the hunted, part 2. All right, all things are right in the world, by which I mean I have returned, as they sometimes say. As they sometimes say. Okay, so I suspect, strong suspicions, some of the strongest suspicions, that it's time to start the Hunted, Part 2. So let's, I guess, go back to the main menu, because reasons. And we want survival, we want challenges, new challenge, the Hunted Part 2. Now you're the hunter, with the bear killer rifle in hand. Track the old bear to its den. Take the rifle and go face the old bear. Well, now the question is, where the heck is the den? There's so many bear dens. Which one could it be? Okay. That's a bear noise outside that door. What if we just go out immediately and attack it? Let me out. Should be able to shoot through the door, honestly. Whoa! Jesus. Oh, now we can leave. Do we dare? He should still be right there, right? Oh, fuck. I don't know if that hit or missed. Okay, well that, he should be bleeding out, right? Yeah. Certainly. I think... Well, if one, I'm very sad that our festive sweater is not here anymore. I was afraid of that. But two, I think we need to loot the inside of this place really quick. And then we need to head out and follow its little bear prints. Don't want to miss anything good in here. We'll definitely be opening that safe. What you got? Show me what you got. Water bottle, we'll take it. Take the firewood. I feel like there's not a lot of good loot in here. Shelf, 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 shelf. I guess the only thing left is... Ooh,
never would have thought
those are some nice
here.
shoes. Or they could be nice shoes. They are nice shoes. They're better than our penny loafers. This is why I don't like penny loafers. They're not good if you get caught out in the winter. Okay, we have nothing for our hat. So let's crack this safe real quick. Okay, that was like a 44, wasn't it? I think that was around 44. No, 43. Rip. All right, 43. What you got? Come on. 43, 44, or 45? Oof. 43, 44, 45, and then like 5. I guess we need to go around once, huh? Better than the old master locks, you have to go around like a billion times. 43. It's actually only 3 to reset the tumblers. 44. Like 5-ish. 6, 7, 6. Show me what you got.
That'll come in handy.
Okay. I mean, the condition is not great. They might not be better than the work boots, but I will take the maple syrup. All right, so the insulated boots are better. And with the work boots and the loafers, if we have to stop for a while, we do... We can What's the word I'm looking for? We can repair the insulated boots, the bean boots. And we can channel our inner Britney Spears or sorority girl circa 2009. But we might have to be pretty quick here because our clothing is kind of trash. Actually kind of trash. Nothing? Nothing? Really nothing in here? Upside is we have full fatigue. Where'd the bear tracks go? Here they are. And there might be wolves this way. Surely the wolves would have been scared away by the bear, right? Surely. But hey, you never know. Never does one understand. I'm a little bit paranoid because I know that the tracks eventually go away, but I don't know what condition makes them go away. I assume it's something like high wind or a blizzard. Okay. Yeah, the wolves really did clear out, didn't they?
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Yeah, I assume it's high wind or a blizzard, something along those lines. But I don't know for sure, because sometimes the tracks have gone away when I wouldn't have expected them to. Max's last stand. Max did not end well. Can't really call him Max, might call him Min. Yeah, it is cold. And there's literally... We have literally the best clothing possible based on where we started. And where does this go? Here we go. That's a deer. Don't care about hunting deer, do care about not getting a sprained ankle. There we go. Luckily the bear went the same direction. Surely the bear probably went to the Forlorn Muskeg, right? It can't have gone back to Pleasant Valley. Where'd it go? Here it is. Yeah, this... The cold could be an issue here. Okay, hear a wooze over in that direction. Did Winnie the Pooh go there? So far, no. That's a wolf. That is a wolf. Let's go around and try to find the tracks again. And that's a bear. How did you see me, bud? Come on. Well, I'm not wasting a rifle round on you. Of course there's a huge headwind exactly when I want to run away from a wolf. I think this bear is going to the Forlorn Muskeg. Is this bear gonna die, or... What's his deal? Do I shoot him again? Oh, frostbite risk. That is not good. That's actually really not good. Okay, so... Where's the bear? Where is the bear? Is that it? Where the hell's the bear going? Bro. Okay, so are you running, or there's more wolf? Okay, no, the bear chased the wolf away. Good. I think because of this frostbite risk... Are you gonna go and hunt the wolf, or where are you going? That's actually the most convenient situation possible. I think we have to go to the camp cabin. Because we're about to get frostbite. Which conveniently means we can also chase the bear that way. I thought he was going to go into the Forlorn Muskeg though. But I suppose not. Buddy, when did you get so close? I will blast you if I have to, but I'd prefer not to. This is my only pair of underwear. Yeah, we really need to get to the camp cabin before this frostbite sets in. And that's a bear. Another frostbite risk. Oh geez, now the wolf's chasing us. God damn it. Of course, of course. Alright, come on, bud. And we can't sprint. Well. Headshot. It never rains but pours, I suppose. Oof. Jesus. How close were we? 2 sprained ankles? What? I've never had 2 sprained ankles from one attack before. Alright. Well, as long as we're not bleeding, it's probably okay. I guess we can start taking care of one of those. Whoa. Where's the medical? Here. And we need more cloth. And I'm not ripping up any of my only clothes to do it. Cannot believe that wolf was brave enough to troll us when the bear was right there. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, bandages. Where the hell is... Here. Yeah, luckily this place has a bunch of cloth to rip up. Luckily. Okay, so 4 bandages total. Use 1 more. Not harvest you. Use you. Use 1 more for the sprain. Pain's fine. Pain's not a problem. Wait, why are we still so cold? Okay, well, this is... That means frostbite and hypothermia. Bedroll, take that. Are there any clothes around? Or are we just going to have to start a fire? I will start a fire. If we have to. Accelerant, we'll use that. Probably. Oh. Check the first aid kit. Nothing. There's not really anything around here, huh? Maybe in the cabinets, maybe in the drawers. But that, after we stop freezing, more trail boots. Actually, how cold is it? Feels like -1. Barely anything. You know what? I bet our clothes would be good enough that it would not feel like -1 if that wolf didn't attack us, the bastard. Alright, let's start this. We have no tinder. Why do we have no tinder? We didn't pick up any sticks. Well, I guess we'll take a nap. 2-hour nap. Jesus. Okay. Frostbite healed. Hypothermia healed. Our clothes are still hot garbage. Our food is kind of low. And for equipment, we don't really have much of anything. I don't even need this bedroll now, because we started with one. Let's check the cabinets in here. Probably find out that there's literally nothing. Hopefully some clothing. T-shirt will take. Literally any clothing I'll take right now. Literally anything. Ooh, I'll also take newsprint rolls because those we can make tinder from. Oh yeah. Beautiful, glorious stack of papers. Never in my life have I wanted to see them more. Oh, and what's this on top here? Ah, rifle. 3 rifle cartridges. Wow. Unironically, we needed that. Are we sure this is the bear killer rifle? Didn't I hit that guy like 5 or 6 times already? Not miss anything, hopefully. Show me all the goodies. Spray can, don't need it. And as far as stack of papers go, I think we're good tinder-wise. I'll rip up these that we have. Should give us like 8 or so. And even with super trash, even with super extra trash fire starting skill, I think certainly 8 tinders must be enough. 1, 2. Downside, of course, being the longer we wait in here, I think the higher the chance we have of those tracks getting erased. 4. Alright, 8 tinders, good start. And maybe a stack of papers just in case we need to make some more. It's not like we are overburdened with other things to carry. It's still cold in here, huh? But we can wear some things. Like, for example, this new t-shirt. And we can make even... Okay, the wraps need more cloth. I think we have to harvest the cloth here and actually make these wraps. Actually. How close are we to frostbite? Not very. Yet, anyway. And you know what? I think I'm going to pick up this bedroll just because we can break it down later. And I say later because it takes like an hour or something, right? Yeah, an hour and a half to break down that bedroll. And we don't have that kind of time. So what is getting frostbitten right now? Is that the hand? It's probably the hand, right? So that means the first one we want to do is improvised hand wraps. 37 minutes, pretty fast. Actually, we have just enough cloth to make both wraps. Sketchy AF. But I guess it'll work. Where? And next. Wrap me. Alright, good. Wrap me and wear me. And we're even warming up a little bit inside now. Okay. So again, if we had the time to listen to me whine, neurotic to the bone, something, 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 I would actually break down all those shoes and repair my boots. But I don't think we have the time. So I think we're just going to have to head out. It's probably pretty cold outside. Yeah. I think we have to... I think I want to try to cook the beans here. I want to try to cook the beans.
Come on.
Because that will give us a warmth bonus. It will warm us up as they cook. And so when we leave, we should be good temperature-wise.
Turned out pretty well.
Now please, for the love of all that is holy, open and cook this before the fire goes out. 14 minutes, 11 minutes. That is not going to work. Unless the embers get us really lucky. But that is not going to work. To break you down, we should have like 2 minutes on the fire left to toss this in. And toss. Okay. Now we're good. Probably. Probably. I will actually break down one more of these. Just for the extra burn time. And also books. Pick up the books. The note left behind. Beanty and you came up this way. I know Beanty and you came up this way. I read that. Alright. That is not as warm as I was hoping. We don't have our thermos anymore, do we? We don't have our thermos. No books. I don't care to spend the time to break down the shelf. because I think spending the night here would be a mistake. And we don't have a hunting knife. A little bit of a sticky wicket again. Just a little bit. Alright, so we'll wait here by the fire a little bit to warm up. But it's not a very warm fire. Firewood-wise, we have 1 cedar and 1 reclaim. That's probably good for a little bit more than an hour of burn time, and then 2 books. So I guess maybe we have an hour and a half of burn time, maybe 2. Right. Let's eat you and go. Prepare for battle. Alright, how screwed are we? Not very. But at the same time, didn't I shoot the bear, like, over here? I think I lost track of the bear. And that's not good. Unless, what is this? 1 tiny little blood spatter. It leads this way. Yeah, because the bear charged us when we were over here. So it leads this way, and then... Does it turn around? Oh man, these tracks... These tracks are confused. Yeah, this blood spatter, I think this is the blood spatter that leads away, yeah. Because there's no way the bear went all the way this far north, and then came all the way back down. So I think this is where we're trying to go. Yeah, I feel good about this. There's no way the bear made it all the way up here. That's not a bear. It looks like it's leading us... Oh, it stood here for a while, and started making tracks again, and then stopped, and then started again. Okay. So now we're really in business. If it brings us this way, I think we take a detour up to the watchtower. I don't know if the bear's probably not going up there, but I think we go up there. It's not far out of the way. It's getting late, and we're getting to the point where sprinting is going to be at a premium because of the fatigue bar. Actually, it occurs to me, we really got lucky that that wolf attack didn't give us an infection, because I don't have any old man's beard wound dressing anymore. Okay. So the bear went this way. Let's grab this lichen, grab that lichen, and then head up to the watchtower. Maybe we can even see the bear. There's probably too many trees in the way. But who knows, maybe we'll see it. Alright, let's do this. Give it to me. Give it to me! Okay, that's 1 poultice. And let's get number 2 over here. We do have a hatchet. I'm tempted to chop down one of those limbs. But I think it's close enough tonight that that would be a bad idea. Yeah, let's just go. And I think we're close enough to a resting location that we can sprint this. If we're lucky, there will be more firewood up here. Because we are getting to the point where we're going to be needing water pretty soon. That's not a bear. What do we see? Do we see anything? Anything bear-shaped? No. Where in the hell could this bear be running around to? And more importantly, if this is where its den is, what the heck was it doing in Pleasant Valley trolling me? In Bear Hunted Part 1. I'm coming over this way because I think there might be sticks or something over down here. But there is not. Not even a single stick. How rude. Well, I guess let's hope we roll some firewood up in the watchtower. Because otherwise, we've got some books and one cedar fire log. Which isn't very much.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Actually, come to think of it, our clothing is so trash we might not even warm up there. And that's a problem. That is a real problem. Make sure we don't miss anything. I have seen things like shell casings and shells on these stairs or little things here, so let's just be a little careful. Make sure we don't miss anything nice. Okay, so as I thought, a little bit too much tree cover to really see any bear shapes. Alright, let's head inside and hope for the best. Alright, show me the warmth. Alright, good. We are warming up here. Probably like the camp cabin, we're only warming up. Yeah, feels like 1 degree Celsius. We're probably only warming up because of our improvised stuff. Ooh, nice. We got some anti-wolf stuff now. We don't have to waste the rifle rounds on them. Ah, yes. Firewood, firewood. I don't need another hatchet. Probably don't need this whetstone. Cable. Sewing kit. First aid kit.
Wonder if the owner's around.
Not really, but the energy bar will be helpful. Keeping our calories up. Okay, so we have some options. We have some options. Fire now. Make the water. Actually, what is our water situation? That might force us. Yeah, I think if we're going to sleep through the night, we need more hydration than this. We definitely need more hydration. So, for starters, let's break down these things for reclaimed wood, basically for burn time. Make sure we have, yes, we do have recycled cans. Maybe even break down this too. Okay. Yeah, it's getting quite dark. Track the old bear and kill it. Well, we've been doing it. Yeah, let's start this fire. Tinder plug wood matches book. You know what? What we can do is we can start this fire, make water, and then in the morning, we can start another one to cook some beans, and that'll give us a little bit of warmth. We need it. Lord knows we need it. All right.
Turned out pretty well.
Add fuel. Bunch of this Garbo reclaimed firewood. 3 hours of burn time is definitely enough to get a bunch of water. Probably like 6 liters, if I was to estimate. Or pushing it if we didn't get exactly 3 hours of burn time. We don't need more than 2 recycled cans. Oh yeah, this is the first warmth. The first warmth in a long time. Oop. I clicked the tab. Okay, that's going, yes. Alright. So what is our current plan? Current plan is... I didn't even realize I had a frostbite risk. What the hell? What are we not wearing? Okay, we'll have to be extra careful about that. Alright, hoping that even though it sounds like it's going to be blizzarding outside, I'm hoping we stay warm inside this little house. And also hoping that the blizzard ends by tomorrow morning. Let's make sure our distress pistol is loaded. Like I've said before, the second loudest noise that a human can ever hear is a bang when you're expecting a click. The first loudest noise that a human being can ever hear is a click when you're expecting a bang. Always make sure you're loaded. Actually, it looks like each of these half liters is taking 40 minutes to boil instead of 30 minutes that I thought it was. We're probably only going to get about 4 liters total. And do we have any tea or coffee? No, we don't. Nothing like that. Might be able to sneak in a 5th liter, but it'll be close. The embers might get us through. Yeah. The embers might do it for us. Let's find out. Oh yeah, somehow it's sped up. I guess the timers just aren't quite aligned. Can't really explain it any other way. Alright, 5 minutes on that. Let's drink. Only 4 liters. Yeah. And let's take a quick, what is it, 9-hour nap? That should actually spit us out just after dawn, which is a good time to start. Make sure you hydrate. Alright. Weather isn't great. Not looking great outside. In fact, it is looking so not great. Probably very cold outside. Let's take a peek. Yeah, the fog, the wind, the earliness in the morning. Too cold. Too cold to go out yet. So, we'll rest for one, sleep for one. Weather is still not great, wind is still up. Sleep for one. Pretty please let the wind go away and don't let it be a blizzard. It's still kind of foggy. Still kind of foggy. Okay, here's what we do. We eat the man food. We cook the tomato soup, which means we start another fire. 80% chance of success, surely. I probably shouldn't have used the book there, if that's our last book, because it would be rough to run out of combustibles or easy fire lightings if we need a fire on the spot. So do we have another book? We do. Good. Alright. Cook you. And see if we need to add some more shrimp on the Barbie. 14 minutes, 11 minutes. We need to add another shrimp on the Barbie. Do we have a reclaimed? We do. Perfect. There's a hatchet there. Our hatchet is 61%. This hatchet
That'll come in handy.
is 76%. Surely we will never actually use the hatchet all the way down, but better safe than sorry. Better safe, as I say. So I guess let's go down and see if we can pick up those tracks again. I kind of have the feeling that they won't be there. Which is a little bit of a concern. But let's see what we got. Eat it! Eat it! Alright. Warming up. Mostly full, mostly hydrated. And in fact, I don't know if this is the warming up benefit or not, but it is... Nope. Nope, nope, nope. It looks like it was just bugged. We are still 3 arrows down cold. Between 2 and 3 arrows down, depending on who knows what. Alright. First order of business. What the hell was that noise? Second order of business. Find those bear tracks. Yeah, a little bit foggy. I would prefer a clear day, but this isn't pea soup fog. It's manageable. No bear in the down area down there. Alright, I hear an awoo in that direction. It's probably over by the train derailment, and I don't think we're going onto the train tracks. So whatever that awoo was, it probably isn't our problem. It shouldn't be our problem. And hopefully it will warm up even more. We're not getting frostbite, are we? No. Actually, what does warming up do? Critical heating then protects against cold while active. Okay. And it looks like it lasts for about an hour. Alright, so the last place we saw these tracks, I also forgot to make the beard lichen. Beard lichen poultice. Last place we saw the tracks was on the far side of this clearing. Let's see if we can pick them up or if we're screwed. It's not looking good for our heroes. I think I'd be able to see the blood droplets if they were still... they are still here. Okay, good. That was close, because the paw prints are definitely gone. As long as we can follow these, we should eventually catch up. Because this bear is one slow mofo. That's a wolf. What is that wolf running around so crazily for? And also, why are the bear blood droplets going towards the wolf? Please turn. Please turn. Sir? 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 Okay, well... yeah, you know what? Let's just go on a quick little walk, shall we? Actually, you know what? I know a way back into that valley. We can go back up to the... up the path to the overlook and hop down. And with luck, we'll lose the wolf, too. As long as we're not sprinting, he shouldn't be too angry about catching up to us. I'm hoping anyway. Did he already give up? I think he already gave up. What a lazy bones. Well, at this point, we might as well go that way still. Because we would have to go quite a ways around that wolf. As opposed to The shortcut, we can just hop down. It's basically no time loss. So this valley that the bear went through, it heads north into some basically tree clearings, a logging area. And if the tracks turn right, there are a couple of trailers in that direction. If the tracks turn left, there may be one trailer, but there should also be a really big tree clearing on the top, so that's not the way we want to go. There should be one really big clearing kind of in that direction. No, in that direction. And if memory serves, it's been a long time since I've been there, but if memory serves, there should be a cave on the north side of that clearing. Basically the top left corner of the map of the region. And that might be a bear cave. Let's see if we can pick up this blood trail. This should be the valley it was leading towards. Should be. Where's the blood droplets? Where are they? Come on now. We do... There he is. Okay, well, somehow, I don't think I was where I thought I was, but we still found Buddy. But do we blast him again? What do we do? Why are you... Oh, you're running away from the bear. Okay, that's fine. That's an okay thing that you can do. Let's get maybe a head on top of this rock. Oh, nope, he's still running. He's still fleeing, so we're still chasing. That's the valley we saw. I was farther around and across than I thought. Okay. Okay, so he still is running towards, broadly speaking, where I thought. As long as he stays on the right side and doesn't head down to the left. Right is north, left is south. Left goes back to the trappers, right goes to that clearing, that forest clearing with the cave at the top. Some marshmallows would not be remiss at this point. But of course there are none. Not a single marshmallow. Okay, small detour. Small detour. Check out the hunter's blind over there and see if we can find some marshmallows on the pond. Because food-wise we're low. Water-wise we're fine. Food-wise we're low. Yeah, here's some marshmallows. There we go. And you never know, maybe there's some clothing. Hunter's blind. That doesn't seem too crazy, does it? Still not getting frostbite yet. Unnamed pond. Well, if it's named the unnamed pond, doesn't that make it the named pond? At least I think it should. What have we got? This is a lot more cattail stalks than I was really hoping to find. It's not a complaint. Because each one is a little bit of calories and a tinder. Oh, what was that? I almost didn't see that one. Okay. Yeah, show me what you got. At least you certainly must have some rifle rounds, right? Certainly. Well, the dog food is worth it. Somehow. Nothing at the bottom of the stairs here? No. Alright. So, let's not worry about checking over there. Get some reishi. Just because I think these do as an antibiotic in a pinch. Now, it's getting cold. We have some options.
so cold in my life.
2 doesn't count for anything. It only works in 3s. Let's go back up here, find the tracks. See where they go generally. Over past that hill, towards the left, probably farther left than the tracks go, there is a cabin that we can enter to warm up. So let's actually do some sprinting. And sticks. We can always pick up some sticks. Because as a reminder, we are low on burn time. Okay. Show me some tracks. I'll take some blood droplets too. Is that them there? No, this is them here. Alright, we're going this way. Yeah, there. That's the cabin we're heading towards. Okay, come on. Actually, I probably shouldn't be sprinting, even as cold as we are. And no frostbite. This is leading towards where I thought it was. We got a bear? There's the bear. Oh, you're chasing us, are you? I guess we're just gonna have to pop you one. Do we go inside or do we pop him? I think we go inside and see if he's still there when we go out. Oh, Aylin, VTYT, hello, welcome. We're being chased by a bear. I'm sure it's a very regular experience in Canada, but I'm only LARPing as Canadian right now, so I'm not used to it. Anything under the beds? Anything on the beds? Not really. I was kind of hoping for some more food around here. I will take the books. Because there's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned book burning. Peanut butter, that is nice, hidden in a corner. Very nice, hidden in a corner. Have you played this, The Long Dark? Because currently, we're doing one of the challenge modes, and you may or may not be familiar. So the model I made, you know, just went into Blender and hoped for the best, more or less. It's a little bit janky. I'd still need to do some things like put textures on it, fix some aspects of the mesh and the geometry, but to be done, maybe soon, maybe one of these days. I've been threatening to do a stream of fixing some things for like a couple weeks now, but it hasn't happened quite yet. Not quite yet. Alright. Eat some of these delicious cattail stalks. Well, for your edification, The Long Dark is kind of a, it's a low-tech survival sort of a game where you're in the Canadian wilderness and no electronics work, and you're basically just trying to not freeze. Trying to not freeze and trying to not get eaten by bears. Oh, you do graphic artwork. Well, good for you. I mean, I have no particular, you know, desire to see, but I also, you know, couldn't hurt, right? It is in a sense. So The Long Dark kind of has a, there's two emotions that you will feel playing this game, and that is tranquility and abject terror. For example, the abject terror when you start getting chased by a grizzly bear. It's a certain kind of game. Like if you like things like PUBG or DayZ, where there's downtime where you can think and strategize, and then there's also other time where you're literally fighting for your life, then it's the kind of game where if you have the itch, it's one of the only things that can scratch it. But if you don't have the itch, then you just don't have the itch. And most people don't. Most people need a constant flow of dopamine, a la things like League of Legends or Overwatch. Or Fortnite. Okay, let's think. Can we warm up? How warm are we here? We are not warm at all. Hum diddly drum. Let's sleep for 1 hour. It's only noon. That should warm us up. It should give us some more fatigue. I mean, fair enough. Most people are most people if you think about it. Okay, but for now, let's continue hunting this bear. Yeah, this guy. Are we gonna have to shoot this guy again? Yeah, I guess we are. Well, so anyways, I started blasting. I should probably have been picking up these shell casings the whole time. Okay, so this bear has been trolling me for the longest time. Hopefully we'll finally chase him back to his lair and be able to take him down for good. I mean, I wouldn't be against it per se, but I don't see any particular reason to. All of the things that I have on the stream right now, I've sort of put together myself, and that's part of the hobby aspect of it for me. So unless you have got, like, you know, God tier Mona Lisa stuff, I'm not exactly your target market. Right, where'd Buddy go? Where does Paul Prince go? That's a wolf. Let's go around. Let's go around, Buddy. Why didn't Buddy get scared by the bear? That's kind of annoying. Okay, there's the bear, though. We can keep chasing him over to his lair. I mean, yeah, maybe you do. If you search for my username on Twitter, you can probably find me. And then I mean, I imagine you probably also have, what is it, X or Twitter? You've probably also got one that I can use to find your stuff. Okay, this might be a little bit arrogant of me to just walk towards this guy. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure his lair is over in that hill. In that valley. So anyways, I started blasting. Bro. Bro, where are you going, buddy? Well, I guess we're chasing. Where is he going? Where the hell is he running off to? Well, the upside is that there are some trailers in this direction that we cannot freeze inside. Yeah, the next time I'm on Twitter, I'll take a look. Which will probably, although not 100%, but it'll probably be sometime later. In the next 24 hours, if I remember. Okay, it is... Strategy-wise, what is the play here? I think we just keep following for now. Yeah, there he is. Certainly over in that direction. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where the trailers are. So we'll be able to stop by the trailers and warm up a little bit. Not very much, probably. But the trailers might also have more clothes in them. And that is something that we need. Because our clothes are hot trash. In fact, I can't even say that. Our clothes are cold trash. And it's windy, which is not good. It's actually quite windy. The only upside is clear skies means there's no blizzard. At least for now. Okay. So at this point, because he didn't go into his little cave up in the northeast corner, I really have no idea where this guy is heading. Yeah.
Wait,
Hypothermia.
I'm so cold. I'm
We're gonna
up
have to
again.
spend some time in these trailers over here. Where'd Buddy go? Actually, I guess he kept going that way. Did he start running again? How did he get so far ahead? Okay, what's this? Have you got anything nice? It would be nice to find a hunting knife. That would be a good catch, a good get. But Buddy does not seem to have one. Buddy does not seem to have anything. Where the hell is the bear? Alright, at any rate, let's warm up. Alright, we got beds. We actually need food. A little bit. We're getting quite low. Storm lantern we can take just in
Wonder if I
case.
can
Never
drop
know.
any of this gear.
You never know how far this bear is going to take us. I will take that wool toque. That Canada hat. Canada hat, so strong. It's like a mid-tier head covering. Whetstone, definitely don't need it, but might as well pick it up. And that seems to be the only stuff worth taking here. Okay. Let's take stock of the clothing. Where are you? Still don't have any jackets. Still don't have more pants, just got more socks. And these socks are better. Still don't have mittens. Tons of boots. Eventually, one of these days, we'll break down these leather boots and fix up our bean boots, which take cloth and cured leather. Good to know. That is actually very good to know. To the point where, actually, we don't have any cloth right now. We need to be on the lookout for cloth. But what we can do is make some old man's beard wound dressing while we warm up. I kind of wish we could snuggle down in bed while we do it, because that would make us even warmer. We'll do some prepared reishis. Yeah, warming up so slowly. And then maybe a couple of tinder plugs from the newsprint and the stack of newspapers. Just in case. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good use of time. Because I don't know, there's no really convenient places to get into near here. Really, the closest place is the Carter Hydroelectric Dam. Unless you counted the quasi-inside, but mostly outside train derailment. But I don't count that. Ah, cloth. 2 cloth, that's actually really good. And yeah, these things I can't break down without a hunting knife. I really wish there's... Ooh, there was a cloth hiding I didn't see. So we're kind of sort of okay for cloth for now. How many bandies do we have? 6 bandies, that's tons of bandies.
Something's gotta
And
go.
we also have 2 more trailers to check. That looked like a bear. That's a bear. No. Is that a bear? It's not moving. I don't think that's a bear. So let's just stay on the... We'll follow the tracks, because we know for sure where those are. Take the food. We already have a can opener. Yeah, we don't need another. Gloves, those could be good for some cured leather. Bedroll. Nothing under the beds, huh? Why did these guys need to be so clean? So organized? Nothing. Backpack sometimes has clothes, question mark? Nope, just some food. Oh, what are you? Jeans. Jeans are not great. But we also don't have any other pants to put on. So sometimes not great still means good enough. Alright, Let's check trailer the third. And then there's one burnt out house that should probably have some firewood in it, and maybe a cooking pot. A cooking pot wouldn't go amiss. Ooh, hello, first aid.
I wonder who owns this stuff.
Antibiotics, not a bad catch. Papers, don't need them. Reclaimed wood, if it's free, might as well take it for the burn time. And that is more food on the right there. Mittens. Even worn fleece mittens, I wonder how they compare to our improvised hand wraps.
Kind of heavy.
The improvised wraps are probably a little bit better, at least until I can fix the mittens. Take the reclaimed wood. Take the orange soda. Ooh, what are you? Cargo pants. Hello. Cargo pants are an upgrade over jeans. Are you not? Oh, you're bugged. Inventory, out of inventory. Weird. Backpack, give me some clothes. Okay, I can work with a down vest. Okay, hello. Yes, please. A free 0.4C for wind and cold. Don't mind if I do. And a flare. Nice. Alright. Feel kind of cold. Kind of heavy, too. Trying to think. No firewood and no cooking pot, huh? You're really gonna be like that? Rude. Let's hop back inside, warm up a tiny bit more, and figure out what to carry and what to drop. Because I want to be moving fast when I'm this cold. You gotta be moving fast. Okay, so let's fill up a lantern and then drop the rest of the fuel. Surely we're not going to need more than one full lantern, or if we do, we'll be able to find some fuel later. Surely we won't need more than one whetstone. Probably won't even need any whetstones. Firewood-wise, what have we got? The books are pretty heavy. We probably don't need more than 2 books. What else can we drop? It is almost dusk. If we had more time, I would consider harvesting one of these pairs of shoes. But instead, for whatever reason, the worn leather shoes gives us 2 leather. So let's only keep those. Sports socks? What other socks do we have? We have climbing socks. Let's keep the sports socks because they can turn into cloth. Although we do have... Let's just say this is good for now. What else can we ditch, though? I suppose we can eat some. Yeah, we can eat and drink. Because we hunger. And we thirst. Delicious banged up dog food. Okay. Yeah. As long as we don't hit more than 50% fatigue, we are pretty close to that. We should be fast. So let's go. We don't want to burn the daylight because it's only going to get colder. It will only chill down. And we should pick up the bear's trail again here somewhere. Should, he says. Well, we know it's over here. I don't see any blood droplets. Where is Buddy? He couldn't have gone up the hill, could he? Here we go. ends? Wait, hold on. Does the trail end here? Or does it go straight? Is there anything? Wait, what the actual hell? There it is, okay. Somehow it just took forever and a half for him to drip another drop of blood. Here we go. Yeah, this is looking good. Don't think I see him yet. Yeah, like I said, at this rate, I have no idea where this guy's going. Gotta have some purpose, right? As long as every once in a while we see a tiny red droplet of blood. There he is. He didn't even get far. Is he going up there? Why? Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, you were just standing here and bleeding out? So anyways, I started blasting. Whoop. There we go. Here's my shell, and let's follow. Oof. It feels a little bit concerning. Running around the same area, eventually there's not going to be much food left anywhere. Although if we can get inside now, if we can get to an interior location, we should be able to warm up pretty decently. And if we can finally start to repair these bean boots. Okay, so we went this way. And did he go straight across or did he turn left? I want to do a quick detour to that train car. Where did he go? Okay, he went across. And probably down that valley. Let's do a quick detour. There's probably nothing but trash inside this yellow train car, but a girl can dream. Just don't want to get jump scared by a wolf here. It has been known to happen. Alright, what you got? Scrap metal, don't need it. Book, I will take it. And newsprint, don't need it. Again, just garbo. Hot garbo. And we're getting a little bit uncomfortably low on the rifle cartridges. So let's see where he leads us. There is one cave overlooking Mystery Lake. I wonder if he's gonna end up there. Oh, come on. Surely you're gonna keep running. Oh. Do I really have to hit you again? Were you scared by the deer? Oh, hello. Got any clothes on you? Okay, you're still running. Which means we can search this guy. Find a flare, nice. And follow. You went to the right, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, he's down there. Okay, so this leads back to Mystery Lake. The only thing that I can think of him doing... So, if you see this big hill here, imagine this hill is a clock. And right now we are at about 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock. He's running around towards 3 o'clock. The only thing I can imagine him doing is running all the way around past 3 o'clock, past 6 o'clock, to 9 o'clock, and then running towards the middle of the clock where there should be a cave that overlooks the entire Mystery Lake, which is kind of down at 5 or 6 o'clock. To be a little bit descriptive about it. Which is kind of weird. Because you would have thought... So, the camp cabin that we were in before, the camp office, that's at about 7 o'clock. I would have thought that if he was going up into this middle cave area, I would have expected him...
Can't feel my feet.
...to have gone there from the cave, not the cave, from the office, the camp office, instead of running all the way to the top right northeastern corner of the map. Oh, didn't mean that, meant this. Okay, we still got blood droplets. I'm just a little bit worried about random wolves. Just a tad. And we will take these marshmallows. Every time I'll take the marshmallows.
Too heavy.
The first thing that could make me doubt my theory is if the tracks and blood droplets turn left out of this ravine. There should be a little field that has an exit to the left. Actually, with all these cattail plants, our food situation is no longer looking quite so dire. Oop, missed it. Zoine missed it. Alright. Are those rabbits being scared by a bear? They are. I'm hoping Winnie the Pooh is still going to be fleeing from us. Alright, are you going to flee if you see us? That's a no. So, I guess let's get somewhere nice and open. And perhaps, we even try with the flare gun first? Nope, don't unload. Okay, so that did it either hit him or it just scared him off. I can't tell which. But now we can reload our flare gun. Not the right thing, this is the right thing. And save that rifle round for later. Deer? And no arrows. Rude. Yeah, this is the inlet that heads towards Mystery Lake. I can only imagine either there's some kind of something that he's going to go to on the far side of Mystery Lake, which again, why wouldn't he have gone there directly from the camp cabin? Or he's going to end up basically up in the top of those cliffs, but going all the way around. Could be either. But on the plus side, this gives us something of an excuse to check these fishing huts. Sometimes they have good things. There's also wolves. Oh, you know what? Now I'm a little bit more confident about where this guy's going. On the south side of Mystery Lake, which is the shore very far away that we're looking towards, first off, Wolf is getting a little bit close for comfort. Yeah, buddy, I know. But the south side of that lake, and we're stuck. There should be, and that is kind of a far drop. Woof.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Basically, if we keep going south to that far shore, and then eventually turn right, there is a pass that goes to, it's kind of like a ravine-y sort of an area. It's not very long, but it's like a thin valley. And at the end of the valley, or at least at the left turn of one of the valleys, there is like an underground cave sort of thing. It doesn't really show up as a cave. In fact, I think the map calls it a clearing. And you can't path into here, so why are you still coming this way? Well, we'll see. Wood, made a soup. See if there's anything else here. I mean, worst case scenario, I'm just going to start a fire, grab a torch, and throw it at this noob. But if he turns around on his own... Actually, I think I'll start a fire anyway. It's getting late, but I think we have to press this. Yeah, I think we have to press our advantage right now. While the bear is still routed and getting close to what I presume to be its final destination.
Come on.
Of course, again, It probably should have gone this way when we shot it by the camp cabin, which is quite close to here. Alright. Most of this reclaimed, and one of these cedars, just for the temperature. And we can also do some water. Food situation's alright because of our beautiful, glorious cattail stalks. The water situation is probably okay, especially because of these grape sodas. They're not all grape sodas. You have 2 sodas. So maybe it's not as great as I was describing. But yeah, I think despite our low... Yeah, we kind of have low fatigue. This isn't really the best position. But let's warm up, and then I think we can go, especially because I would very much like to... 2 options. Safe option 1, we head to the camp cabin, but who knows what that'll do in resetting this bear's wander timer. Option 2, we chase the bear. I think we do option 2. So we'll get this water, and hopefully it doesn't start blizzarding. And I think... Yeah, I think we cook these peaches, or no, we'll probably cook the soup. We'll cook the soup after we warm up a little bit more. Kind of a shame to miss all that burn time. And I suppose we can also pull some torches. Yeah, we'll do that, although it's probably going to get not too windy yet. It's threatening. Ooh, it's threatening. Okay, so let's start on the tomato soup. "15 minutes on you," which means we can pull torches. I didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to do that. We can pull torches until there's like, I don't know, a half hour or something of time left on the fire. These are not good torches. It's because the Potbelly stove is garbage, isn't it? All these torches are so bad. Okay, this is a good torch.
I might have to drop some
That's a
here.
good torch. That's a bad torch. And that's a pretty good torch. Okay, we'll keep the 3 good torches. The rest of them, I suppose we can just drop here. We don't really need to burn them. Yeah. 2 40s and a 50. We're getting a little bit long in the tooth when it comes to carry weight, though. Where's the wolf? Okay, well, I think we'll be okay. Well, we can always change our mind. Eat you. Did I just eat you, or did I just take you? I just took you. Eat you. Make sure we don't have... We're not missing, so we do have plenty of these things. And... light a torch. Might keep us a little bit warmer. Might not. And I think we dodged the wolf. I'm pretty sure this is the direction the bear went in. But fog is rolling in. The fog is rolling in. We actually probably should be looking for blood droplets right now. Simultaneously looking for blood droplets and looking for the horizon. That looks like it might be something dark on the horizon, but is it a wolf or is it a bear? I think it's neither. I think it's a deer. Yeah, that's a deer noise. And that wasn't even what I was looking at. Okay, we need to check the shore for paw prints. Is that a wolf? No, that's a deer. Okay, so if I were paw prints in the snow, where would I be? I forgot there are a couple of cabins this way too. Okay, this is deer-shaped. That's also deer-shaped. And it's a shame that this fog rolled in. This is bear-shaped. Okay, but it's kind of hard to track through the grass. Okay, still going this way. Okay, this is kind of where I was expecting it to go. Yeah. Yeah, here we are. Paw prints? Yep. Oh, buddy. Homeboy was silent as hell. Jesus. Okay. As long as we don't die outright. Please don't kill us outright. Our clothes and defense is trash. Please don't kill us outright. Okay, why do I still hear... Oh, he's dragging us. He's dragging us! Why is he dragging us in? Oh, man. Well, it's good to know at least I hit him. He was just scripted to be invulnerable. Alright, so... The Hunted Part 2. In, by my estimate, under 2 hours. Not half bad. Although, to be continued, I don't remember seeing The Hunted Part 3. Well, I guess we'll figure that out sometime later. For now, let's see what the deal is. What else have we got going on? Alright, new challenge. Do any of these refer to a bear? Not really. Okay, so I think that's it for the hunted challenges. And it's been almost 4 hours. I think I'm probably mostly alone. This might be a good place to call it. And then next time we'll try a couple of the other challenges. So, alright. Let's go with that. As you guys have no doubt been able to tell this entire time, I have been Yu Chi. And I've been trying to hunt this bear. Unsuccessfully, apparently. I'll see you all on the proverbial flip side.